but I must
31
interrupt this
Grammy.
show.
Later, you know what it is. Hey, ham solo. It's time, baby. Low. Let's turn how we do. Hey.
They said we said we in. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we go. We say that you heard right. 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 They said we said we in. They said we said we on. They said we said strong. They said we said go. We say that you heard right. 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 Man, I swear that it's imminent. I've been going so hard on my penmanship. About to go in and buy me a wheel. And I pull that shit fresh off the dealership. I can leave you on red like an Xbox. Got me laughing at you like you Red Fox. Got you chasing Hot Wheels like a Matchbox. EA running the game and it don't stop. Super cold like I'm playing for Blitz. Got you all in my sights like Red Dead Redemption. Never gonna slip on my pimpin'. Better get out my way, bitch, I'm on a mission. Really ain't no competition. I'm steady grilling opposition. I'm get up and ready to win. They can play it how they play, but fuck what you say. I'm getting this money today. Last of us like a dying breed. Down the ride like a noble steed. Fatality moves, I make you bleed. That's on any game, that's on any screen. Shut up and give me your money. They said we so lit. Even if I take an L, we coming back just to show that we don't quit. They said we said we in. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we go.
Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen, also samurais that are bisexual, transgender, and all that extra stuff. I'm Lok7, and this is BullSittin. Joining me, as always, is the only man that knows how to lick digital games, Mr. Mad Likes Games, to my left. Also joining us once again after having left us for a brief hiatus is Ham Solo
I'm
himself.
about to leave again.
And joining us for a special appearance all the way from Ireland. I heard it's a real country. Mr. Taik talks. It's a real country, but they don't have cameras. He went out to go and buy it. He'll be back in like 5 minutes. Matt, how are you? And what have you been playing?
I'm sick. I've been trying to play Assassin's Creed Shadows. And when I have been playing it, I've been enjoying it. It's just I haven't been able to not be sick long enough to really, really play it.
That sucks, man.
But I mean, really, that's all I've been playing is Assassin's Creed for like the last, it came out Thursday night, so or Wednesday night, whatever. But yeah, I've been playing Assassin's Creed Shadows the last couple of days, and that's about it.
All right. Ham, how are you? And what have you been playing?
I haven't been playing a whole lot of games lately, to be honest. Like the last 2 weeks, I guess I should really say.
What's going on?
I don't know what's going on. I don't know who hit studio mode. But anyways, as of the games that I have been playing, because I've been working quite a bit and I've been doing like late night shifts. I was talking to Matt during one of my late night shifts. Just working, getting some money, trying to get a few new things and thinking about what I'm gonna buy gaming wise in the future, because I've been looking at handhelds and I've been wanting to get a handheld, but I kind of want to wait because there's a lot of new handhelds they're going to be coming out later this year. So it feels silly going out and buying a handheld right at this moment, with knowing that there's going to be because obviously I'm an Xbox fan. They got the Xbox One that's supposed to be coming out, but also Legion Go 2 is supposed to be coming out later on this year. And I was very interested and wanted to buy the Legion Go 1, but at that time I didn't really have the extra funds to be able to do that. But now I kind of do. And I'm just kind of looking at it, but I'm just like, nah, let me wait until, because I think like around August or September, they're going to come out with the next iteration. But as for games that I've been playing, you can see it below here. Assassin's Creed Shadows. I've been playing that for like the last day and a half, I guess you could say, ish. I haven't got very far in it. Actually, Matt thought I was further than him and realized that he was just a bit further than me at the time.
Yeah.
I put in a like 3-4 hours in it last night. I'm still playing with I always like feel like I'm saying her name wrong, but like Naoe.
Naoe.
Nawe. Is it Nawe?
No.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, Nawe. So and it's crazy because I hear her name all the time in the game. I just have a short-term memory when it comes to names. I'm terrible with them. But yeah, I've been pretty much playing as her. I guess you have to like unlock Yasuke a little bit later on in the game or something like that. But I can tell you, playing with her has not been a bad time. It has not been a bad time at all. Just figuring out the game, and she's more of your traditional Assassin's Creed kind of person that you play with, right? Where, you jump from something, stick somebody in the back of the neck, where Yasuke is kind of like a titan. It just bludgeons the shit out of people. Right? But I haven't got to him yet, but I did get to play as him at the very beginning of the game because it kind of gives you a little taste of how he got introduced into the story. And then you play as Nawe. And that's where I am right now. And I'm taking my time with her. I'm not like in a super duper rush. But there's some really interesting stuff within the game that I really like. It's definitely the best looking Assassin's Creed that I've ever seen. But I've also been playing Split Fiction. And that game is no slouch at all. Me and the wife have been playing that predominantly. I played that a little bit with Matt, but I played majority of it with my wife so far. And I'll probably be beating the game with her first. But that is a fun game. That is a fun damn game. Just to sit down there and just it's fun. It's goofy. The story is actually pretty interesting. But yeah, those are pretty much the two games I've been playing. I guess I could say I've been playing some of the OG God of War on my PS3. So I guess I could say I played some of that.
It's a lot of games.
It's 3 games. That's not a lot of games.
Tai, thanks for showing us your mug. How are you and what have you been playing over in Ireland? Do you guys have internet in Ireland?
Yes, we do. Osama here. For the last couple of weeks, I said I've been playing Metaphor. I've been trying to finish that game off, but I didn't want to rush it because I know Shadows was coming out, and it's a very story-focused game. Metaphor is so like to kind of rush the boss like that just wouldn't make sense. So I've decided to park it to focus on Shadows, and just I think I have maybe a couple of hours in Shadows now so far. I haven't finished the first chapter, but I have done the prologue, and it's easy to see that it's a very cinematic experience. Like Ubisoft has went for something different here. They've tried to say, you know what, from a story perspective, we've kind of fallen short, but let's kind of go back and see, if we're doing Assassin's Creed in Japan, let's kind of get that kind of maybe Ghost of Tsushima or Japanese movie like vibe, and it's very good. There's a lot of exposition. There's a lot of people talking. And the immersion mode makes it really special. It's quite difficult because when you're playing the game, obviously you're fighting, you're sneaking, and people are talking, so your eyes are kind of like going back and forth. But once you start to get used to it, starts to make sense. Now, I might switch it back to English, but right now the immersion mode is doing a lot of heavy lifting in terms of that, feel. And then when you now consider the fact that like the environments of the game are amazing, everything looks beautiful. Graphic, like Ham, you said, like this is Ubisoft's best looking Assassin's Creed game. This is probably Ubisoft's best looking game, and I think this is probably it's up there as one of the best looking games of this generation. Not from a visual point of view, but when you look at like the landscapes, now don't compare it to don't compare it to like Death Stranding 2, right? But it's definitely up there because things work really well. The way the wind blows, the way when it rains. Like it's done
all the
something that I've
assets
never.
at once, right? All the assets and everything
together.
happening at once. I would put it in that same ballpark as Assassin's
Exactly.
or as a Death Stranding to a I mean, it's very close, but not quite as good looking as the Decima End.
Yeah, and
That's
when
how
you
I felt about it when I was looking at it, because I was looking at the grass and I was looking at everything, and I was just like I'm a staunch hater on Horizon, right? I'm a staunch hater on the game, but I beat it, right? So I've seen enough of it and whatnot, and it's a very good looking game. I'm just not really that big into the gameplay of the game, but it's a very pretty looking game, and this game is about as close as any other game has came to getting to that fidelity of like another game that was really nice is Dragon's Dogma 2. That game looked really nice, but I didn't feel like it had the I don't feel like it had the character the like way the characters look and react in Assassin's Creed and in Horizon and stuff like that. I feel is more realistic than what you've seen in Dragon's Dogma. It just felt like some of them were just kind of weird NPCs.
Yeah, I haven't played Dragon's Dogma, so but I've heard good things about it too as well. I think graphically, Phil said it some time ago, right? That it's not going to be about the characters' faces. It's going to be about the details. How many players can you have on the screen, and to see the rain effects, to see the wind, when the wind blows and you see
With the
those
rain and
blossoms
shit?
moving. It feels like you're in there. Like it really feels like something special. They've done a great job, and just from an environmental gameplay perspective, you got things like when the icicle falls, it's gonna make a noise, and when it's raining, apparently, like your the sneaking is a lot easier because enemies can't really hear you. If it's the winter time, you have enemies crowding around the fireplace because that's where the heat is. And the game does this thing where it doesn't really want you to like fast travel per se, or to change the seasons. It wants you to, when you stumble upon a place at nighttime, or sorry, during the daytime, they want you to just do it. You either have to use Yasuke or you gotta go as Naue. And that works really well because it means everything is just a lot more immersive. Everything is a lot more, it feels a lot more real. So listen, Ubisoft has done a great job with this, with this project, and sorry, with this game, and I think this is going to be the template going forward for the Assassin's Creed franchise.
Taye, you brought up you brought up the weather, and like I'm not going to stick around on the subject much longer, so Bloke can move on. But
No.
say, like,
By all means, Ham. This is
Oh.
the review section. Matt, as well, get in there. Say everything you got to say about this masterpiece.
all right, so like, well, I wasn't just talking about. That's crazy. You said masterpiece. I look up on Twitter, and the first thing I see it says Severance, and I just watched that last night.
Oh.
That was a masterpiece.
Holy shit.
But anyways,
I had trouble sleeping last night. I just wanted to watch it again.
it was
That
good.
shit was nuts.
But I just want to say, like, the weather affects this generation with games that actually wanted to focus on them. Assassin's Creed Shadows. What's another one that had a really good one? Stalker was incredible.
Mm.
Stalker. Man, I think Stalker might have Assassin's Creed beat on the weather effects, just because half of their game was weather induced and whatnot, right? So like when that tornado went to flying everywhere, anyways, but the weather effects in Stalker were more purposeful than the the weather effects in AC Shadows is more or less like, I guess they're kind of the same, to be honest, because it's just the world that they're in. But man, I want to think like there's got to be more games than those two that have had really good weather effects.
I think some games have had like things like good water,
Whatchamacallit? Yeah, Avowed actually had some pretty good water in it. Although
Yeah,
there
what
was
was
nothing
it?
to do in it, and that disappointed the shit out of me. There was nothing to ever do in the water, but like the water effects that it had was nice.
Game with great weather
Horizon
effects.
Forbidden West probably had some of the best water effects. Again, I didn't like the game, but I'm not going to say you're lying. Like the water effects in the Horizon was nice.
I'd throw in, even though I don't love what they did with the game, I'd probably for weather effects, I'd probably throw in Battlefield. If
The
we're just doing weather
sandstorms.
effects, yeah, like the weather effects, they did a really good job. They took a lot of
Mhm.
stuff out to put that in, but
Mm-hmm.
what they put in was really like it looked really good.
Yeah.
Cozy says Sea of Thieves, as they improve the game, I 100% agree. One game I didn't really get to check out, which Ubisoft also did, was and I'm sure they had weather effects in this game as well, but was their what was their quadruple A studio game,
Oh, Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones? Yeah, I bet they had pretty good weather effects in that game. I'd be
I
surprised
hope
if
so.
they did.
So yeah, the immersion part of the game is dope. They've done a great job, and we'll probably get into the combat later. But like, yeah, I'll pass it on to Matt.
Well, I mean, I kind of probably just echo a lot of what these two have talked about up to this point. I know I told him, I think it was yesterday. I told him I double dipped on it. I did buy it twice on Xbox and then on PC. And what's nice about that is because I got it on Ubisoft Connect, I have the cloud, like the cloud save, so I can share progress between the two, which I didn't even realize when I bought it, but it's a nice little
That's
benefit.
nice.
But like,
Actually, just a quick one on that. I was actually a bit upset that it wasn't Xbox Play Anywhere, and obviously you realize that financially that just doesn't make sense for Ubisoft because
yeah,
people would just hop on Xbox instead and play there.
100%.
That's
I
why
think,
Xbox is probably going to end up having the Ubisoft launcher on there probably eventually, instead
yeah,
of it just running through Xbox. And maybe you just have the only thing Xbox has is like the achievements that you get through it or something like that. I can only imagine the world is really kind of going that direction, man. Because it seems like all of these different platforms have launchers of their own, right? And Matt was telling me, I had to get this via the like he can use it on the Steam Deck, but he had to get it via the Ubisoft launcher, right? For Ubisoft Connect. That was the cheapest way to get into it. Sure, you could pay an extra $20, $30 for it on Steam, but why would you?
yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, the game's great. Like I said, I wish I could play it more, just because I'm sick. I haven't been able to really get into it, but everything I've played, I've enjoyed. The open world is great, and again, echoing what these two have said, visually the game is it's ridiculous how good the game looks. Honestly, they talked a lot in the lead up to the game about like the technical leap for the Anvil engine. And it's one of those things where it's like, okay, you're talking, but like, is it gonna actually show when the game releases? And it does. It really does show. I'll also say one thing I like, being somebody who enjoys physics in games, and I'm not gonna say that Assassin's Creed Shadows is like has amazing, impressive physics, but compared to other Assassin's Creed games, it's not even close. Like it's like destructible things with your katana, which is something that's never really been in Assassin's Creed outside of really like rudimentary stuff. So taking a leap forward with that, like you can slash there's like little bamboo with your katana, like cut up bushes and stuff like that, like things inside of bases. Like they reworked a lot of stuff within the engine to make it a lot more interactive, which for me personally I appreciate a lot.
Ty, you want to say something about the combat? Let me just say hi to Mike. Says what? Yo yo yo, what's cracking lacking? Welcome in, Mike Johnson. Fuzzy's playing it on Ubisoft Plus. That's a nice way to save some cash. Ty.
Yeah, so the combat is it's one of the best Assassin's Creed combat games in a long time. I think the issue that most people, despite how well Valhalla did, it was obviously Viking focused, so Ubisoft wanted to be a bit more brutal and action orientated to kind of cater to the action adventure fans. That kind of rubbed the fans the wrong way because it wasn't a stealth focus. You could just kind of go in places and just brute force. There's so many times I would go into a location. Yeah, I would still kill people, but when I couldn't, or when something happened, I was able to just wipe out the whole castle or the whole location. But what they've really done here is the game is a lot more difficult, at least to me, right? It's a lot more difficult, and there's so much emphasis on stealth that it makes it so much fun to play. I was in the earlier missions. I was playing a mission, and these guys were there, and I couldn't kill them no matter how much I tried, and I couldn't also stealth kill them because the bars are too high, and they would alert their friends. And I tried to do it so many times, and I kept dying and dying and dying. And at some point, it hit me like, do I have to kill them? Let me just sneak around them and not alert them to what I'm doing and take out the smaller guys. And as small as that is, that just kind of emphasizes what this game is all about. You don't have to be extra. You're an assassin. Your goal is over there. That doesn't mean everybody in between that needs to die. You just need to find a way to get to that point. And as soon as that happened, I started playing the game differently, and the game just becomes a whole lot more fun. However, if you do have to fight, the combat's a lot more improved. Now that's obviously because of the graphics. It feels tighter, and I think the weapon choices are great. But overall, even the charge mechanics, the stance mechanic, where every enemy has an armor plate. I think all these things come together to make the game a whole lot more engaging, and it makes the actual physical combat a lot better. So we have a situation where the actual fighting is better, the combat. We have another situation where the stealth is so much better. This has to be the
Going
template going
prone.
forward.
That's
Going
nice.
prone, there's so much more you can do, and I haven't even got to the parts where you can go underwater, use the pipe to breathe, taking out the lights, hiding in locations, jumping up there, taking out enemies. There's just so much more in the game that I can't see how this doesn't become the template going forward. The only fix is probably the parkour, but that has more to do with the location because Japan by default in this time period doesn't have tall skyscrapers, doesn't have all these buildings. So
Yeah.
there's nothing you can do there, right? It is what it is. The next game, they might need to focus on somewhere that's more industrialized. That could be England, could be France again, could be Germany, could be Spain, anywhere. But as long as you have this template, I think you're going in the right direction.
This is the future of Assassin's Creed.
For there's three pillars to Assassin's Creed now. In terms of the open world structure, this is it. Yeah, this is the future. The next one is Mirage. And Mirage is going to be smaller scale, and that's going to be a more. You're going to remove the RPG elements and just focus on the kind of the old school type of Assassin's Creed, which is fine. And I think if you sell that for $40, $35, people will buy it because people enjoy that.
Oh my God! Did Cozy just leave it? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the
So
final
you're saying?
pillar, and then the final pillar will be the multiplayer version.
The multiplayer version. All right. All
And
right.
there's a lot of hints to what the multiplayer version is going to be like. I think we have a good hint via this game. I was mentioning to a guy I was talking to because he wasn't sure wanted to buy the game, and he was asking about Yasuke's involvement and why it's different, and is he really useful in the game, and why is he here? And the point about Yasuke is, apart from a story perspective, which you can get into that a little bit later, but the gameplay I actually think is very important. The last time Ubisoft did something like this, where they had two different assassins, was crap. My mind just went blank. What was the Assassin's Creed game where they had two different assassins again?
The British one,
They
Syndicate.
had You
Syndicates.
mean like? Oh, okay. I thought you meant like
Yeah.
Odyssey, where you could pick between.
No, it was yeah, two. Like it was Syndicate, right? And as good as that is, or maybe interesting, you can say the problem is they play it like they're pretty much the same. When you have two assassins that are completely different, what you're doing is you're adding replayability to the Assassin's Creed franchise. Now you might say, well, no one wants to play like this, but I would beg to differ to some extent because Valhalla is such a it sold so well and did so well, and a lot of people just like if you look at clips of Valhalla, it's just Eivor just killing everybody, slashing them to pieces. And that's what Yasuke is doing to a higher extent, right? And what it's really telling you is that we have two different archetypes. And there's a rumor that there's going to be a co-op version of Assassin's Creed. Now, I wanted that co-op version to be there on launch day. And I think that would have really helped the sales. It's not there, but that's fine. They're going to attach it later on, maybe 3 months, 4 months, whatever it is. That's going to add some more replayability. But when you're doing a co-op style game like this, you want to be able to pick multiple different characters. Maybe your friend wants to play as the brute Yasuke. Maybe you want to play as somebody else. And we know there's other characters in this game that have story functions and they have abilities. So I think Ubisoft is setting the playing field for a multiplayer Assassin's Creed game. But we kind of already know that because they are working on the multiplayer game. But I think this is letting you know that the multiplayer version of Assassin's Creed is going to be very, very different, which makes a lot of sense. When you play Street Fighter, you can play as Bison, you can play as Ryu, you can play as Ken, you can play as Zangief, different archetypes. And as long as you have those different archetypes, you're always going to have a foundational good multiplayer game and something that has replayability. So I think that's what we're seeing with Shadows.
Before we bring in Cozy here, Ham, I saw you jump off a ledge and kill one of the dudes. Is it possible to move the body into the
Yes.
bush?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yep. I don't like to because I usually like to use them as bait.
Okay. I don't like the bait. I don't like the bait. Anyways,
Yeah.
it's
You can see it as bait right here.
yeah,
All right, he's coming to go check him, and I'm like, "Hi, how you doing?"
different styles of stealth.
What's funny is I try to get the next guy as bait, and it doesn't work.
It did not work at all.
You see him be like, "Get that shit up out of here."
Yep.
I was like,
I'm interested to see how that works. Like, is it because he's suspected? Is it level gated? What provokes that reaction of him stopping you?
Well, Loke, you might just be in luck. Because I can just bam. Throw
What are we
that on
about
there.
to see? What are we about to see, ladies and gentlemen? Is this gonna end well? Is this gonna
Oh,
end
what do you
well?
mean it's just going to end well? It's fine.
Drawn TJ, welcome in, says, hi, my little pony, Texan Loke. I'm now your PC Texan pony. I'm just waiting on Death Stranding to find out if it's only going to be on PlayStation or if it's going to be on PC as well. I'm just trying to figure out where
Not
my
launching on
pre-order
PC
is.
day one. If it was launching day one on PC, that would have been announced by now. Look, you can stop holding on to that.
He knows he's gonna get it for both anyway.
Yeah, it'll come
Oh.
eventually, and you'll get it when it comes. But
You know,
if it launch on PlayStation,
we
that's
all
gonna be
know
it.
he keeps Kojima's nuts in his mouth.
Whoa.
It's like the professional bearer, the professional bearer.
Cozy. I'm ready to gurgle.
Oh my god.
Matt's uncomfortable. Ham, you froze. Your camera froze. I don't know what's up with your camera.
Oh,
Matt, I love
yeah.
that reaction. Matt, I love that reaction. Just nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Just nope. Your face was just like no.
Hey,
Just no.
you do whatever you want to do because it's 2025.
It's 2025, sir. Thank you very much.
I don't care what anyone does.
Hey, AEC Vic says hi there. They spoke English. Is that time? All right. Hey, Dave Reezy, welcome in. Death Stranding 2 will be on Xbox when
I'll be right
Steam
back.
drops in Xbox consoles. How about that? Yeah, man,
I
it's
th-
it's 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 a
I
it's a hell
think
of a. Go ahead, Matt.
I was gonna say I think I think by the time Death Stranding 2 goes to Steam, it will be. I think it goes to Steam and Xbox at the same time.
You think
Is what
Death
I think,
Stranding goes to Steam and
and
Xbox at the same
Xbox at the
time?
same time. And I think it goes to PlayStation
Well, did
first.
you delete it again? God damn it!
No, you said you'd be right back, so you left, it was covering the whole screen, so I had to get it off the screen.
You could
It
just
wouldn't
hit
even
it.
let me.
You can
It
just
couldn't
hit the
let me.
blind button.
I clicked on layers. It wasn't showing. It wasn't showing. Um, but okay. While you're doing that, Ham, Cozy,
Yes,
are you feeling rosy?
absolutely.
Please, for the love of Kojima, tell us why.
Because I made it to another fine show with you, fine. Well, mostly not you, Loke, but the
Yeah,
rest of you,
oh,
fine
come on!
gentlemen.
I was getting all ready to. Oh, all
He
right,
is feeling
fine,
all warm and toasty.
bro. And today's one of those days I actually need. I need some positivity, Cozy.
Aww.
It
Are
has
you?
it
You're
hasn't
not
been an
feeling
awesome week.
rosy?
No, not really.
Aww.
So besides coming on here with us fine fellas, what else has you rosy this week?
Nothing. I've had a
No
rough.
Assassin's Creed Shadows?
Ew.
I don't
Ubisoft.
think she
What?
Okay,
likes
What
that
did
fine.
I look
kind
like?
of those kind of
If
games.
if
Look,
once I hear Ubisoft, I
Yeah?
immediately shut down. So
Damn. That's fair. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So, Ham, is this the video is going to show us what happens or how
oh, there's
these
nothing that
executions?
happens. I was just saying, like, if you had any questions or whatnot, I could just do it right here, buddy.
Oh, it's live. Okay, this is your feed.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
playing.
no. So I just wanted to know like what decides whether or not you can do a stealth kill. Is it just not being discovered, or is it level gated? As in, you're level 20, if the
Oh,
guy's
it
level
is level
30.
gated. It is totally level gated.
But
Hmm.
there's a setting that Taye told me because I didn't play Valhalla. There's a setting that Taye said that Valhalla had, and I'm assuming it's on this one.
That
According
is
to,
correct.
okay, so that setting is there.
Yeah, you can one shot kill anybody if you want in the game.
Does that
Now,
look
Okay,
really laggy, or is it just me?
yeah, it's pretty like
Okay.
now I think the argument here would be: is the game designed to be one shot kill? Probably not. I think it's a lot more interesting if you actually, play the game as it is and you do
I
the
think it's not
levels
Assassin's
enough.
Creed if it's not one shot kill.
I think at some point when you're playing a game like this, a big, huge open world games with like big bosses who can fight, I think that's probably yeah. You know what? I'm not gonna argue. Yeah, I think anyone can just play the game any way
Unless
they want to play it.
unless the boss sees you. See this assassination?
Oh,
Exactly. This type of
missed it.
situation that makes sense. That makes sense. The boss saw you before you were able to kill him. No problem. Now we have to fight it out. But if I work my way through this level, right, and no one's aware of me, and then I get the drop on the boss, bro, I need that one shot. I need it. Especially if
Well,
this is not like the final boss, because in Assassin's Creed 1, the actual final boss, the dude that had the apple of Eden, you could not get the you couldn't get the one shot because you had to actually fight him, cutscenes and all that. But in Assassin's Creed,
Oh
99% of
shit.
the of everyone needs to be one shot, as far as I'm concerned. So I'm happy that setting's there, Ty. I
Yeah,
want to be able to one shot if I stealth someone.
they've done something else which is interesting. They've actually separated stealth difficulty and combat difficulty, so you can actually put stealth at very high, like expert, right? And what that kind of
Uh-huh.
entails is if you're on buildings, people got like the enemies will actually look up. So if you're like not crouched on buildings, they'll see you and be like, "What's going on
What?
there?" So they're a lot more vigilant in that sense for the stealth. But
Okay,
if,
here's a
but
curious one.
yeah, now for
Those
the combat,
tiles, the Chinese tile, the
Oh
Japanese
fuck.
tiles, are actually famous for making noise, right?
mhm.
Uh, if you walk or run on those tiles, can they hear you, or is that not in the game? Was that too much? I think
I
that's too
haven't
much.
done much in the game, but I know sound is important. So when Yasuke does something, because he's heavy and bulky, they can hear you more. I know that much, but I haven't actually played as Yasuke. He's a little bit further in. Um, but even up in as Yasuke, I mean, do I want to be stealth? If you're playing
No,
in
no,
stealth
Oh,
no,
mode.
no,
that was
no. I'm
close.
talking about now where. I'm not even talking about.
No, wait, no, I haven't been in a situation where I've had to use that. I kept like I was dying a lot. Like I've died a bit too much for my liking. But like I said,
I
I've
like me a
started to
good
play the game
stealth
a little
game.
bit different.
I like me a good stealth game. AC Vic, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. It says
I'm not
Brokeback
playing with any
Mountain.
sound right now, so this is not super easy.
Yeah. AC Vic says Brokeback Mountain is not a cowboy movie. Loke, stop with your open rainbow mouth games. Listen, listen. If Kojima gave me a chance, all right. If he just gave me one chance. Anyways, Cozy, what have you been playing? Cozy,
Vowed, but nothing for real.
you been playing
I,
Avowed?
yeah, I need to get into they released a new hero for Overwatch, so whenever they release a new hero, I kind of like to take a break. And by
Mm-hmm.
that I mean like I'll play like maybe I'll do one mission in Avowed and then go do the rest of the stuff that I need to do.
All right, all right.
Oh, I also
Vic,
tried
bro.
33 Immortals.
Oh, guys, we are swamped right now with games. And
I
give us your review of
I
33
enjoy it. I
Immortals.
think the combat is a little like needs work, but as far as it being like, a co-op roguelike, it's kind of interesting mechanically, like how that works. You're all basically
Okay.
lumped together and you go in and fight but they have like mission limits on how many people can be in like one of the battles, but you all are kind of collectively doing it. So usually I just wait around and help. Like
But
it's like entirely a co-op experience. So, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Uh, Ham, the screen
ooh,
flashed
look at
black and
that.
white for 2 seconds. What does that mean? What does that signify?
Oh, that was doing a special move.
Oh, it flashes when okay. All right, gotcha.
Yes, sir.
Rachie, welcome in. Says he finally got a signal. Fuzzy says it takes 20 shots to kill someone when you're Nawe. For me, as a stealth guy, I like that because it punishes you for not doing stealth. It's like you can still play the game without stealth, but it's going to be way harder. I think that's fair. Cozy, Richie wants to invite you to play 33 Immortals.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. When she messes up your game, don't come and complain here, bro.
Well, it's you don't mess up people's games. It's not it the way it functions as a game is kind of like so what happens is if you die, you get time for someone to revive you, and if you die
Hmm.
after that, you just
That's it.
it's it. But everyone else just continues
Oh,
on until the same thing happens to them,
Okay.
or until you
All
get
right.
the boss.
So before we move on, let's get our Assassin's Creed ratings from everyone that has played it here on the panel. I haven't played it yet. It's downloading on the
That's because
PS5,
you're a
but
fake
my
gamer.
my brother my brother still has the PS5. He's really having fun with Wukong. I will try Assassin's Creed sometime after Sunday, but really, if I'm being honest, it's just to say that I sampled it for 5 minutes. My
But if you like
highlight
it and play it at
is
all,
I don't care because on the 27th, first Berserker Kazan comes out, and that's my priority. I'll I'll just sample some Assassin's Creed, and then I got to go anyways. Ty, what's your rating out of 10 Assassin's Creed so far from what you've played?
I know you said you want to move on from Assassin's Creed, but are we going to talk about what this means for Ubisoft, the future of Ubisoft, what the expectations,
Oh my
etc.,
God,
etc.?
this is going to become the Ubisoft podcast. You know what? Be brief. And I personally, I will not rebuttal, even if you spew a whole bunch of cack. I'm just going to be like, all right, whatever. Give us your rating. Give us your rating and what you think is going to happen with Ubisoft. Tell us if this game is going to miraculously save Ubisoft, even though Valhalla made $1 billion and couldn't do it.
Listen, we don't need to go into the details of Ubisoft. I was just wondering if it was a topic. Rating wise, just
It's
from
not a
the
topic. We're going to
yeah.
need an hour to go through that one.
Yeah, sure. Listen, rating wise, from what I've played, it's an 8.5 right now. Just from the
8.5.
vibes, I'm playing with the game. Combat's better, stealth's better. The graphics are crazy. The environmental combat or the environmentalness of the game, just everything like the wind blowing the trees. It feels fantastic. And I'm really interested to get into the story. I think it has one of the best Assassin's Creed prologues that I can think of in recent memory.
Yeah, I really
well
like the
done.
prologue.
Yeah, and sometimes I think it's really good is it's music. They play the right music at the right time to kind of put you more into the immersion. So I'll give them credit for that. And I've heard some really good tunes just on YouTube. So I'm looking forward to actually maybe 5 hours in, 7 hours in, hearing something completely new to kind of match the vibe of what's going on.
Yo, I
Yeah,
just seen the guard looking up at you, Ham.
Yeah,
Nice.
I seen him. I seen
This
him.
is
I
nice.
had to duck a little bit. I was like, oh shit.
That was nice. That was nice. Ham,
He's like, what's this
Ham,
motherfucker doing up here?
you know the saying is comparison is the thief of joy. But also
Got his ass.
without comparison, you don't know what's good and what's bad. So Ham, let's say I only have $60. Let's say I only have $60. I want to play as a samurai. Do I buy Assassin's Creed Shadows on PC or do I buy Ghost of Tsushima on PC?
Ooh, that's a good one.
And then give us your rating. And then give us your rating.
That's tough because I haven't beat this game. I beat Ghost of Tsushima.
So far, Ham.
Right? And well, this is the problem with oh wow, I'm froze for whatever reason. But
Yeah, I told you minutes ago.
well, I was frozen. I came and went back or whatever. This is why I need a new CPU.
Oh, you need a new CPU.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
But anyways, yeah. So I hate to call it early because I early felt really strongly about Avowed, and then as the game continued, like it was still a good fun time for me, but my score went from being pretty high to being pretty good, not great or really
you
good.
started with like a 9.5 when we started.
No, it was a 9 when I started, and then it ended at a 7.9.
All right. So for now,
so okay. So if you want me to give you a for now score, I can totally do that. Right now,
Yes.
the for now is a 9 for me on this one.
okay. And
Right where
next to Ghost of
where it
Tsushima,
was with Avowed. So it needs to go either up or down from here. Ghost of Tsushima for me was like
if I only have $70, Sam, and then I'm like, bro, I can't buy both of these games, and I want to play the best samurai game.
You've
Which
never
one
played
should
Ghost
I
of
buy?
Tsushima?
Of course, I played Ghost of Tsushima, and I'm about to buy it again on Steam. But that's a subject for another day.
I would probably say this game, honestly. There's more variety here.
What?
There's more variety, and I like
I've
variety.
played this game before though.
That's wild.
So like,
How's that wild?
so if you only have $70, spend
Why'd
$70
you ask
on
me
a
if
game
you're
you've
so
already
fucking
played,
nuts about the other answer?
Because Ghost of Tsushima is one of the best games
but you've
ever
already
made.
played it.
No, it's not. It's a great
Still
game,
one
but
of the
it's
best
not
games
one
ever
of the
made.
best games ever made. Is nuts.
It is to me.
You've already
Okay.
played it, and if you love
That's
it that
fair.
much, then yeah, buy the game that you've already played again.
All right, Matt,
Yeah.
give us your rating and
Yeah.
between Ghost of Tsushima and this one, which one are you going with so far? Because you haven't beaten
It's
it.
tough.
We have to consider that caveat.
It's really tough to say. Like I said, I haven't gotten a chance to play as much as I want to.
Mhm.
Like I said, what I played, I really did like. Um, I guess if I had to rate off of what I've played, I'd probably be safe and go with an 8, 8.5. Just like that feels kind of safe and not really
Mhm.
uh, picking one side or the other. And in terms of Ghost of Tsushima or this, for me personally, I'd
Mhm.
go this just because I like the Ubisoft. Like, I know a lot of people
Formula
don't like the Ubisoft thing, but like a really huge open world with a lot of
with
things to do.
10,000 things to do. Yeah,
I really like that. And the world in Tsushima is big, but it's not
it's
quite.
more focused. It's more.
Yeah,
It's not.
yes. And that for a lot of people is a good thing, but also I think with Shadows they did a pretty good job balancing the focus with the still having the classic Ubisoft like
Even with this lag, now
Climbing
his
in Ghost of
hair.
Tsushima sucks.
Yeah, it does.
that.
It does. Platform is not great on Ghost of Tsushima. It's not.
No, climbing in Ghost of Tsushima
Uh,
sucks. It's
Yeah,
not good. I don't
yeah,
like it.
yeah.
That's like the
yeah.
only thing that's literally like the only thing about the game that I didn't like was climbing, and sometimes I felt a little too big on that horse for
Move the
some
camera
reason.
to the side. I just want to see now his face. Just move the camera. Leave her there. This is nice. Like the way the hair is moving and her bandana.
Look at the
No,
trees
no,
as
no.
well.
Don't take a pic, Am. Don't take a pic. I want to see it like in motion. This looks very nice. Like in motion, that's impressive.
Look at the trees as well.
Yeah, the trees in Tsushima do the same thing. But the hair is what's really impressing me, and the bandana. That even in Ghost of Tsushima, it's not that fluid.
I mean,
And
that is
in Ghost of
Ghost of
Tsushima,
Tsushima
they
is an
don't
older
have
game,
as many trees doing different motions.
but it's an older game.
No,
You
it
know,
is.
Exactly.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is.
It is.
It is. But like,
It's
and I feel like us comparing Ghost of Tsushima is more of a compliment to Ghost of Tsushima than it is anything.
True, true, true.
I think the other
Uh,
reason why the comparisons are happening is because at least I
Samurai.
got I had a video. It's like it popped up on my YouTube, and I think everyone in that comment section was expecting to for Ghost to destroy Assassin's Creed. But then when you watch the video, you actually get to and I sent you the video on the private chat. Um, and it's not to necessarily shit on Ghost or shit on Assassin's Creed, but it just kind of highlights the detail that Ubisoft has done. Details that I don't think they'll ever get respect for or compliments for because people don't like them, right? But yeah, Ubisoft has done a great job with this game, and the fact that it can hold itself with Ghost just shows you. Even though Ghost is an old game, it just shows you that they do care about this art form, and that time off, that 4 months delay, could have been what actually improved this as well. Like I'm sure they already has some good foundations there, but
yeah.
that 4 month delay it did something for sure. Like I haven't really had any bugs. You guys glitches?
I haven't had any bugs. No, it's certainly nothing crazy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of actually a bug that I've seen in the game, and I can't really think of one.
Oh my God, Vic. Why'd you do this to me, Vic? God damn. Fuzzy says buy Ghost of Tsushima for $35 on CD keys
oh
and twenty
God.
dollars for Ubisoft Plus. You got 15 left over. That's a good
You
piece of
can buy
advice.
both of them off a key site.
I'm not sure I want to buy Assassin's Creed, bro. Like
I
I'm
thought
worried
you. I
I'll
thought you
even
just.
finish
I
it.
thought you just said you were getting Assassin's Creed. You did you not just say it
No,
like
I
10 minutes?
already have it. I'm game sharing with
Oh, my bad.
Wise.
My
Well, you
bad.
already
I
have
okay.
it, so why are you
Gotcha.
why is this conversation about buying it? You already have it.
Yeah. Just
Be-
play it
just
whenever you
in
play it.
case anyone in the chat hasn't played it, doesn't have it, and has like a question similar to that. I've seen a lot of people asking the same thing, like even on Twitter. So I think it was worth bringing up. Reishi
Sure.
says Ghost of Tsushima is the best game last gen. I can't disagree. Fuzzy says I'm worried that they're gonna go more stealth heavy in Ghost of
Uncharted
Yotei. The
4 exists.
combat Yeah, maybe, maybe.
Red Dead 2
Oh, 20
exists.
2013 Lara Croft hair is butter. I don't know, man. Ham Dairies says being too big on a horse is an insane statement. Hey, too big. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Vic says hair is always impressive to a man that doesn't have any. That's cruel, Vic.
Ooh.
That's cruel and unusual punishment. Not even necessary. Elemental here says, I mean, why not just wait on a very good sale on AC Shadows? Not a bad
You,
question.
you could do
Not a bad
that.
question.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, you could
why?
do
Ubisoft,
that with any game.
Ubisoft games, especially Ubisoft games,
Yes, Ham.
even
True.
the like Valhalla came out and sold amazing and did great, and it still went on sale within like 2 months.
6 months.
It's like,
Two
dude, you.
months.
I'm just
That's the
spitballing, but it did
Ubisoft
not. It didn't
formula.
take.
I
It didn't
think
take
it was
long at
6 months.
all. It didn't
I
take
think it was
long at
6 months.
all.
All right, but I
It,
think it was 6 months.
well,
Ubisoft needs to
whatever.
change that. They can't be. They need to change the narrative about them. They can't be. People can't be thinking, "Oh, I'll buy it in 2 or 3 months." No, they need to. Doesn't matter if they're gonna lose some
Yeah,
cash. They need to for at least
they need to
six
do
months,
what's
no sell.
yeah, at least six
Maybe.
months. Because what you're saying, Matt, I've heard several times. Everyone's just like, yeah, it'll be on sale soon. It's not a problem.
Oh my
The Sly
goodness.
Pro,
True.
I gotta go.
welcome in. Ham.
Yeah,
All right. Uh,
we gotta go. Oh, I'm stuck
do
on
you
the
want to
wall.
plug something before you go?
Oh, me? No, I don't have to leave. I was just saying I gotta go from that area.
Oh, the fight. All right. All
Jesus.
right. Sly Crow says Xbox and PC have OB Plus. Yeah, they do. Ham, you need to stream that game. I gotcha. You too, Matt. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So we got the ratings. Being
God damn it.
cozy.
Oh, there we go.
Haven't given it a go. I think Ham's almost ruined my goddamn it. I used to say it properly. Now I say goddamn it. I think it's Ham's fault. Anyways, moving into the surprise story that no one had in their bingo card for this week. Here's the Steam on Xbox evidence Microsoft didn't
Pyramids.
want you to see. So I think everyone already saw this. We're gonna keep the
Why
gameplay.
is they representing it like it's something upsetting? Are you so stupid that you think more
Wow.
options
That
are
was cool.
are more options are bad? Are you really like? I
You
can't
just
imagine
monked
anyone being
yourself.
that dumb.
You think people are dumb because of the Steam leak?
No, because
Wait,
they
people are
present it
upset
like it.
about this?
No, they're presenting it like it's upsetting news, and I'm like, would anyone be
Oh,
upset about that?
The Tom Warren
yeah, they
article.
shouldn't be.
The headline says, "Here's the here's the evidence for the Microsoft. Here's the Steam on Xbox evidence that Microsoft didn't want you to see." So let's get into the article, guys.
Mm,
Feel free to stop me at any point if you want to add a comment. Microsoft revealed earlier this year that it's combining the best of Xbox and Windows together for handhelds, and now the company is starting to drop the first hints at what the UI might look like. In a blog post about Xbox opening a billion doors, Microsoft briefly revealed a new Xbox UI that looks a lot more console like across multiple devices and even appears to list Steam games. After briefly posting an image of a new Xbox UI across multiple devices, Microsoft quickly removed it once The Verge inquired about it. The image has a new Xbox UI that can be seen on a TV, where you can clearly see the Steam label listed. The same UI with the Steam mention is also shown on the tablet and handheld
Whoa.
versions. While the image appears to be a mock-up with owned games listed twice as well as action-adventure titles, I don't think the Steam label here is necessarily a mistake. Sources familiar with Microsoft's plans tell me that the company is currently working on an Xbox app update that will show every game you have installed on your PC, that includes games from Steam and Epic Game Store, and I understand Microsoft will label these games accordingly. I am told Microsoft is still in the early stages of this Xbox app update, so the company might never ship the feature to list all your Steam games, but this mocked up image shows how they might show up eventually. Xbox chief Phil Spencer has also previously hinted that PC stores like Epic Game Store and itch.io could one day arrive on Xbox consoles.
IO.
Cozy,
Oh. Get
Cozy, go
prepared.
ahead.
That prepares itch.io. That's like the place to play the most inappropriate games.
Are they itchy? Are those games itchy?
They are everything inappropriate that you're just like, wow, some degenerate really made this game and they're giving out for
So
free or selling it for like $2.
it's a game for ushers, essentially.
Yeah. I'm just
All
saying
right.
there are lots of degenerate games on itch.io because it doesn't even have the same level of like you can't do this as Steam.
All right. Elemental here says I disagree with him because it helps customers out when Ubisoft games go on sale soon. Also, and I say wait for a very good sale for AC Shadows has many problems along with facing problems. Okay. Cozy, about the
Yeah.
Microsoft UI leak. Thoughts?
I think I'm looking forward to being able to access my games in another place, more of my games in another place. The more games I can access without having to be like having tied to specific devices, the better. What year is
Hmm.
this? Like, I get it, you complain about this because you're old and out of touch, but that's the only reason that this would be a problem. Like, oh my goodness, my identity! I'm having a crisis of identity because my plastic box isn't operating the way I want it to. Like, grow up. No, don't grow up. Yeah, whatever.
Touch grass, I guess. That's
Yeah,
Cozy's
like
advice.
weirdos. This is the future. The future is now, old man, in the words of Dewey.
There's old women too, Cozy. All right, stop it. Rachie
You just
says,
don't understand the reference because, you don't know
because I'm not American,
you
Cozy,
don't know
say
peak
it.
TV. You don't know peak TV, that's why.
Uh,
Never seen
uh,
that.
That was a Malcolm in the Middle reference.
Rachel, wait, is that soldier sleeping? Oh my god, Ham, what the fuck? What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my goodness, Ham. Oh, dude, this is okay. Rachie
Oh,
says,
got
I
caught.
stayed. Of course, you got caught. Rachie says, I say it was Photoshop, so conspiracy theory. Sly Crow says Sonic, Crazy Taxi, etc. Yeah, I mean the back catalog on Steam is
You see
it's
how I
wild.
busted him through that wall right there?
Yeah, you did have.
Steam is actually not even what I'm really
That's pretty
excited
slick.
for.
Okay, specifically what then, Cozy? If it's
I
not
didn't
Steam.
like, so if it's just like a PC where you can get all the games, itch.io, where you can play the real crazy games.
I didn't know about this website. I shall be looking at it while
Don't look
Taya is
around it with
giving.
your wife in the room.
She's open minded. It's not a problem. Uh,
But
Matt.
yeah,
Oh,
that and
sorry, Cozy.
GOG as well.
Yes. Oh, God, it's gonna be
Uh,
awesome.
though, because they
Eh,
have like the GOG sales are really like, especially if you're playing older games. Oh, like I bought like 4 games just because it was like $5.
let's see. Oh my goodness. And like on the first page.
I know. Like,
Okay,
and
I'm
so
going
the
to
thing about a lot
close.
of those games is on
I'm going to
Steam
close
you have to
itch.io.
like, to even properly play them, you have to install like the game a different way, like kind of like an offshoot, like a side load the game, because
Yeah,
like a lot of the games are not appropriate to play. So and Steam guidelines will prevent you from directly downloading some of them. But
yeah.
it's not, they don't care. Put it right out there. Anyone who
I will
hasn't
need.
looked, should go look. It is hilarious.
Yeah, yeah. I will need some baby oil to play itch.io games. Wow, wow. Cozy, you should have warned me. Jeez.
Did I not warn you?
Ah, I didn't
I
think it
didn't
was
say
that
it's
bad.
like some degenerate stuff.
And that's what literally showed up when I opened the first page. What the hell? Okay. Let's get back on task. Too big. Thank you so much for the $4.99. Appreciate the support along the year. It says, Loke, you're as American as they
Oh my
come,
goodness.
Mr. Texas 2024. Too
Wait,
big. I appreciate the super chat,
who said, "Oh
but
my
you need to
goodness"?
stop capping. That was him. He is struggling right now.
I am
He's
because I
not.
keep
He's
running
not
into stuff I can't
struggling.
see.
He's not struggling, Cozy. He is struggling. Too big. Thank you so much for the $4.99. As soon as I get my green card, dude, and I come over there, I think I'm coming to see you first. Anyways, so yeah, Cozy is definitely a supporter of whatever's going on with the Xbox Steam situation. Matt, thoughts on this leak, quote unquote leak?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I mean, it's good. I'm not sure why anybody would be upset about it. Really.
Because how else
Um,
how are they supposed to identify if you know Xbox has PC stuff? If there's no real Xbox, what does your identity as an Xbox gamer even mean?
it means you
I
play
saw a
the game.
headline. I saw a headline from PC Gamer that I'm paraphrasing, right? It essentially said, Matt,
Yeah.
Xbox runs away to Daddy Steam for support.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, ain't
PC.
that a bitch?
Who said that? PC Gamer.
PC Gamer. It was shocking to see that coming from PC Gamer, but
And
yeah.
PC Gamer fucking stinks.
No, not really.
Yeah,
Mostly no.
kinda.
Mostly no.
Yeah, kinda.
PC Gamer is also, if you
Yeah.
remember, it's like any other publication. It's
Yeah.
stuff written by shills.
Yes.
And once you remember that, you have to what you call it,
Did you climb up?
because they'll have a lot of Steam shills, but the real freedom
Yeah,
of
I'm trying to
PC
get
gaming is
moving.
I get to do what I want. I get to go where I want and play what I want.
Yeah. There's like no. And that's what I mean when I say they stink. Like they don't represent anybody. Just like IGN doesn't represent anybody or any
Stop it.
publication.
Stop it.
Throw any, like I talk about VGC, Windows Central, any publication. They don't represent
IGN
anybody.
represents the majority of
No, they
games.
do
No,
not.
I discovered itch.io
Absolutely don't.
because I
It's
met a bunch of, because I would go to conventions and meet a bunch of like weeb girls, and they would play all those games.
Wait, you know women that like this stuff.
Yes.
This looks like it's made for dudes that don't
it's
leave the
it's
basement.
played by Japanese obsessed weirdos a lot of times, but they're fun people.
Right. And then there's comics tied to the games.
Yeah. And that's how I discovered it. I was like,
I'm not going down the H.io
you ever
rabbit
go
hole.
to like a furry
No.
convention? Yep. They'll tell you
No,
about a game or two.
I'm
Stop.
sure they would. So Matt, overall, this is a good thing, and you're happy with it.
yeah. I mean, I'm happy with it. It's just
All right.
another more options.
Ty, please tell us why you're upset that it looks like Xbox is going full steam ahead in terms of integrating Xbox with PC.
If I was a bit devil's advocate and say why I'm upset, it would just be a sign of things are changing and the console war phase, going online, going on YouTube,
It's done.
messaging friends, it's all done, and it was probably fun. It was probably good for the console makers at some point. Um, but what it's really saying is that I don't probably really have a life much to do if the idea of a console maker retreating from warring, but they're still making good games and great games. But I'm upset because they're not talking smack anymore. I think you need to find something better to do. Go watch WWE. CM Punk.
The fuck out of here! What you trying to
what?
say about WWE
You know what?
watches?
That is actually
No,
no.
you're
Because
just saying it's a nonstop war
if you
over
want to
there
go
of
listen to
stuff.
people talk smack and hate on each other,
Yeah, WWE is perfect for that. Cody Rhodes was talking smack recently. Did you not watch it? Right?
All
Listen,
right,
it's there. There's
all
still
right,
drama
all
going
right.
on.
Yeah.
But in terms of like what I really feel, I think it's
He's out
good.
of line, but he's got a point.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really good. Consumers win, so there's no L here for anybody, really.
Where you going?
I think the only issue that may occur is when Steam is on your storefront, on your platform. If you're not taking some kind of maybe revenue from that, and there could be, that's something that might be negotiated, a small cut. But if that's not happening, there's a sign that Steam, or the worrying part, that Steam will overtake Xbox ecosystem. It will swallow it whole. So
It's
when
already overtaken Xbox ecosystem.
well, what I mean is
Steam
like
has overtaken everyone, bro.
well, what I mean is like if you have an Xbox console, is there a chance that Ham Solo, Cody, you, Matt will turn on your new Xbox, and rather than having the Xbox default, your first button will be Steam Store. And if that happens,
Oh,
then the Xbox ecosystem dies. So
Yeah.
that's the only concern. Because if Steam is that good, as everyone is saying it is, then it wins every time. Like it would
That's a
destroy
good-
the ecosystem.
Steam
and
is not
then-
that good.
I don't know.
No, it has the people who
Yeah,
want,
it has
what you call it?
people.
Like
No, I'm talking
It's
about
like
prices right now. Right now, I'm talking about prices.
for me
At
personally,
least for the last 12 months, I've seen some crazy sales on Xbox.
it's been longer
I-
than
I-
that
I
Steam does
seen
not
one-
have the best prices on,
Yeah,
on
I
a
see-
regular basis.
There was even a one time I was talking to Ham on the phone. Randomly, we were just talking. I was like, yeah, let me just go turn on the Xbox. I turned it on, and I saw a targeted ad towards me with UFC 5, and it was like $6, Ultimate Edition. And I was like, you know what? I'm not really sure if I'm gonna play this, but the price was so good. I was like, all right, I just have to buy it. And that has happened several times to me on Xbox in the last year. So I think people might vacate Xbox for other reasons, not because Steam prices are better.
And there's one thing I also want to kind of keep in mind. Like Xbox has been on a buying spree of publishers and developers. If they can, essentially, they're kind of doing Nintendo backwards, right? Nintendo's done all this stuff to become their own, like, pretty much publisher of their own games and everything like that. And third parties more or less like, sure, whenever we can fit you in. As for Xbox, where they're like, they came out third party blasting, right? And then and then the first party is just now coming around, and they're like, oh well, let's try to give everybody our games now, but also at the same time make a ton of games ourselves. And so one of the main purchases that they got obviously was like ABK for Call of Duty, Overwatch, King, and stuff like that. And we all knew, this is the crazy thing. We all knew when they bought ABK, we were having podcasts about this, saying they're not done yet. They're not done yet. They're not done yet. And if they continue to buy stuff, well, then they continue to give reason to have some sort of storefront, right? Because then they can give you the best deal. I just got done talking about it with Matt about Ubisoft Connect. He bought that from Ubisoft Connect. Why? Because it was the cheapest place to get it. Loke, you just got done talking about sales.
Yes, sir.
We all, as much as people want to talk about spending that top dollar and they big balling and whatnot, they lying.
Man.
Everybody loves a good sale. Everybody loves to see that monitor that was $1,000 for $600.
I think what a lot of times, especially like PC gamers who get caught up in this discourse, forget is a lot of PC gamers really are just as casual as console gamers.
Cheap. Cozy talks about it all the time. PC gamers are probably some of the, after they get their rig, they probably the cheapest motherfuckers
But
out.
no, here's the thing: a lot of them are. A
You know
lot
what
of
I'm
them,
saying?
like, so
I'm
you
one
know,
of them.
You have to stop listening
Logan's
to
over
these,
here
like,
smiling about, you know,
especially
he a
these
cheap
big
motherfucker.
baller. You have to
Shit.
stop listening to
Epic
lots of
Games
the
is
big
my
baller
home, bro. What you talking about?
PC gamers. Don't listen to them because look at what the
Look at the
look
numbers.
at what sells and look at what people are playing. PC gamers, they talk a lot of talk, especially the ones that get loud about their fancy, GPUs and CPUs. Your average PC gamer is just as casual as a console gamer.
I
They're
think
looking
if I
for
was
something to play
Xbox, there's a
on
few.
You're an
whatever
ecosystem.
they have.
If I could go back in time, if I was
Their
Xbox,
catalog just doesn't move.
I would have dropped I would have made Xbox games on Steam more expensive, on every platform more expensive. I would have set that as a template. So by
Yep.
default, my platform is the cheapest place. And I would have just said, listen, guys, you want games on Steam? But there's a 30% cut that we're losing out on, so we're gonna just pass it on to you. Now we know you don't like it, but that's the way you're gonna get Xbox games. So that's it. And I think if you have that template going forward, I think it would have been okay. Now it's a bit too late to do that, but that would have been a smart choice back then. One thing I can say is that if the Xbox, obviously the next Xbox console does exist, and it does what it's supposed to do, what they need is they don't need you to press a button to go to get Steam games. I don't know if you guys have one of these TVs that it's like the PS4, right? Or maybe the PS5 does it as well. As soon as you go onto the TV section, it shows you all the programs from Netflix, Prime, Apple, and
Yep,
Paramount. That's what they need.
It's like your Google TV will do that, right?
Exactly. So when you want to buy Shadows and you press that button A, you should get three options: the Steam version, Xbox version, and the Ubisoft version. And then you as a player can pick the cheapest version. And that way you don't need to leave the Xbox ecosystem to go to Steam. And if all your Steam games are flowing in, same with your Ubisoft games, your Epic games, you don't actually need a separate ecosystem. The Xbox ecosystem becomes your default ecosystem. Are they going to implement that? They should.
That would be the wise move.
That would be great. You bring a lot of points. I mean, personally, for me, the one reason that I actually would prefer to use the Xbox store to Steam is because Steam's cloud saves suck.
Oh, I cannot
They
see.
suck. They're garbage.
Yeah,
they're free, but they're hot garbage.
That's why they're free, cause
I mean, Microsoft's are free. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Is like if you
you know what? That's a fair point.
if I was used to using theirs before Steam started, and not
I
everyone
was trying
uses them
to
and everything.
defend
Like I don't even
Sony charging.
when I move. Oh, theirs are terrible too. But when I move from, like, I have multiple computers, and when I move from
And they
computer
make
to
you pay for it.
computer, it's like I just basically run with 2 saves because some of my games, like, even though they're supposed to have cloud saves, even though it's enabled, just doesn't work.
Yeah. Let's go to the chat for a bit. The Sly Crow says the benefit of console, I'll say, is the noise is less compared to PC. I haven't done a water-cooled PC. Elemental Hero, yeah, but where's the older games from ABK? Where's Transformers? Where are all the older games that were lost and abandoned that ABK
I talked about
has?
this on 108 Dragons channel. You mind if I chime in on that?
Go ahead.
I asked the same questions, where are the games, right? But at the same time, I'm kind of seeing the way games are kind of being brought out and done lately. And as of recently, we've been told, about Xbox figuring out or trying to figure out a way for backwards compatibility games to work better or be emulated and stuff like that. So I feel like maybe what they thought was, hey, we have a big lineup of games that are coming out. When we dropped all those Bethesda games in the Game Pass immediately, it didn't bump the number up crazy. So maybe what we should do is properly get these things emulated and get them moving to where they can be playable on your phone, PC, and console and whatever else all at once, instead of this trickle of, it's out on the PC, but it's not for the consoles, or it's out for the mobile and consoles, but it's not available for PCs. I think they're trying to get everything more uniform, but at the same time trying to get things figured out as to what's coming next. What are we actually going to put money towards? And what are we just going to kind of throw on there? Does anybody agree or disagree or have any feelings towards what I said? Because that's my personal opinion on it. I could be completely wrong and just think, and they could be just abandoning everything. But I think they're actually trying to be somewhat strategic compared to when they got Bethesda and they just vomited a bunch of games in the Game Pass and it didn't really do nothing.
I'm with Cozy, what she's commenting here about licenses. I think that's the actual reason.
Oh yeah, licenses is a big part, but licenses was a big part before as well.
But that was when the game was fresh and new. Like, so you get an old Transformer games, like, oh, back up. Who's going to buy them? It's really going to be super fans. No one else. It's not even worth the money to license, probably.
Sorry, wait. Ham, I think I missed the question. Are you talking about ABK games going on to Game Pass?
I was just Elemental was talking about like where are all those games, and I was thinking that they have maybe learned after Bethesda that maybe we should be a little bit more strategic about how we put these games out. And then on top of that, they've been talking about how they're trying to get emulation as more of a thing so it works across all platforms. So in my opinion, I'm like, why would you just put it out in one spot where it works and then be working in the background and have all these other people mad that they can't play it over there? Why not all drop it at once and have it more of a professional drop than really the Bethesda purchase was, where they were just kind of trickling things in. You can play this over here, you can play this over there. Even some of the ABK stuff that dropped. It's like, where's this stuff going? What launcher is it going to? What's going on?
Hidden Rogue says when they did Bethesda, they still cared about getting exclusives, pushing for more content into Game Pass. After ABK and going multi-platform, it seems like there isn't a focus anymore. It's all content.
I would say there is a focus. There's a very, very clear focus.
Good focus. Like the same thing that Ubisoft does with their subscription service, but they still sell the games. They still sell them wherever to get, your money. That's like, it's like if you play for a future trying to tie people down, you're going to miss way more.
I think the like, to Ham's point and to Cozy's as well, when they dropped all the games on Bethesda, it just didn't make sense. You don't drop all your content day one, the same way you don't drop Avowed, Starfield.
I had a blast. When it all came on. I am not going to lie. I was a day one adopter of Game Pass, and when they put everything there, I lost my mind for like 3 months, bro. But yeah, go off. Tell us where that was.
The casual or the average person doesn't have that time to play all these games. You're gonna end up, testing each game like Transformers for a couple of hours. Then you're gonna jump to Elder Scrolls and Oblivion, etc. And I think that's the problem. That's not how content works. Netflix doesn't drop all the content like they want like that. And if they do, it's because they know they have 150 or 170 or 200 million subscribers, so they can actually afford that situation. Game Pass was like, in the 20 millions, you can't do that. So now what's happening is they're being very strategic with their drops.
That's all I'm trying to say. Thank you, Ty. Exactly, that's all I'm trying to say is like they're trying to make it make more sense this time and make the IPs actually shine on their own instead of just vomiting a bunch of stuff and just being like, you pick up what you like and just run with it. Like, you actually give yourself an opportunity to do some sort of advertising with some stuff, re-implement some stuff. I felt like, although I enjoyed it thoroughly as a customer, I felt like they could have advertised and did something with the games that they up-res and everything. PlayStation did that. Right? But I mean, they didn't have to. I'm not saying that they needed to charge or anything with it, but they could have implemented it or advertised it better to be like, hey, play this. Remember this game from your history. Come back and play this now at 60 FPS and 4K. Max Payne. You see what I'm saying? It's just like stuff like that. Like, you could have had more. I'm not saying the customers needed to pay more. It could have just took up more people's, brain space to be like, hey, Look at this game. Remember this game? This game was great. You can still play this over here. Have it be focused instead of just being like, there's 100 games that you can play here, and we just bought them. And guess what? We got their games. Half the people don't fucking know that Bethesda made Fallout. People don't know that shit.
Especially if you think about it, right?
Know that. But there's a lot of people that don't. They don't give a fuck about Activision making Call of Duty. They just know Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
If you're in a situation where you have a game coming, like let's say an old school game or whatever it is, right? Let's say Spyro, right? That's an example. But you also have Toys for Bob making you a Spyro game. Well, maybe the best thing to do is let's not release it now. Let's release the Spyro game maybe 7 months or 1 year before Toys for Bob drops their game to kind of get this kind of audience ready for it, because that's just a smart play to do. But when you drop it now, like, well, like there's no momentum, there's no marketing, there's no nothing.
Yeah, it's not so simple. Fortunately or unfortunately, it's not so simple.
I think Xbox has
Sure,
been in the situation where they haven't been very business savvy. They've just been doing things. So like, oh, let's just do things, and
Man,
everyone likes
I
us.
really wanted that guy. God damn. sorry, Ty. Go ahead.
No, that's it. They just let's just do things and everybody likes us. And I think for the first time in a very long time, Microsoft has stepped in and said these numbers are not making sense. The marketing isn't making sense. We don't know how the hell, Fallout dropped on Amazon Prime, did crazy numbers, and you don't have a remaster ready. Like, what are you guys doing here? Like, where is the business acumen? So I think right now Microsoft is saying, yeah, you need to kind of step up. Timing is important.
Let's get the timing right. Quickly, Matt, just to confirm, Fallout 4 will now run at least 60 FPS on my PC, correct?
Bro, run 60 FPS on console. It runs 60 FPS on a Series S.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, look, it'll run.
I thought that was
60
funny,
FPS.
man.
I thought they were all laggy. Like there's days when I want to go back to Fallout, but I'm like, it's probably gonna be like.
I'll say it'll only run 60, and not because that's what it's capable of. In fact, you can actually let it run more, but it's like the way that engine works.
Yeah.
For whatever reason in Fallout 4, it's like tied to being 60 FPS. So like if you play it at over 60 FPS, it breaks all the animations. It makes everything like hyper fast. So like when you reload your weapon, it makes it super fast, and it's kind of broken. So it kind of needs to be played at 60 on PC.
Okay. All right, gotcha. Cozy. I just had a look moment. I asked Matt if Fallout 4 will now play at 60 FPS on my new PC. And then
Starfield will play at 60 FPS on your new PC.
And then he reminded me that even on the Series S, it's already 60.
It's like isn't it like a 10-year-old game?
Yes.
It's not a new game.
I don't like assuming things.
Yeah, you should try. You should try Red Dead on your PC, bud.
You should. It's on sale and it's cheap as hell too
on there, bud.
Dude, as soon as I got the PC, not the first thing, but one of the first games that I installed that is pretty demanding was Baldur's Gate. I played it max settings, 120. Let's fucking go, and it was glorious. I think I played Baldur's Gate for like 6 hours non-stop. It was amazing.
Yeah,
really amazing. AEC Vic, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Says, spent all that money to do what the X do. You know what's worse, Vic? You have to correct that super chat. It's to do what the S do, bro. Because Matt says even the S can do 60. That's what's worse, Vic.
So I never have this problem because I always turn my settings down low.
No, I want max everything.
Nope, I turn my settings down low because then I'd have to shut down Sims.
Okay. You never shut down Sims.
Not until it just starts eating too much RAM. and CPU usage. And then I'm like, okay, you gotta close it.
All right. Well, for
Or
me,
the worst is get stuck in the floor.
I'm with all of you guys. I can't wait until they've put Steam on Xbox. And just like Sly Crow said in a couple of comments before, I hope they can figure out a way to synergize the achievements. Once they put those two storefronts together, and then you get an achievement on an Xbox game, it reflects on Steam and vice versa.
Bro,
We're good to go.
it's not. I mean, we're
Well,
like,
you can already do that with some games.
yeah, bro. I literally
Some.
got Assassin's Creed Shadows, and I can boot it up. Like, I booted up on PC, completely forgot about the cloud save thing. Booted it up,
Mhm.
expecting to start the game over, and then I just got hit with a bunch of achievements that I got on my Xbox. And then I played on PC, and then when I booted up on Xbox, I got hit with a bunch of achievements that I got while playing on PC on my Xbox.
Guys, it's the
Yeah, but
future.
to Ham's point, some games it
Yeah,
doesn't
but
work.
I'm saying, yeah, some games,
So
because
I'm looking forward.
it's still early days, but that's the future.
Yeah,
God
the
Especially
hope.
possibly live
especially
without
for
it too.
Xbox, that's the future.
Yeah, that
Sorry, Tony?
already exists. I think is all that Matt was trying to say.
Yeah, like like the fact that it exists now kind of indicates that that's the future. That's what's going to be happening.
Hey man, I've assumed a lot of things about these companies, and they've let me down many times.
Well,
It's like, oh,
I'll
they did
assume this
this,
one for you.
so 5 more steps in the same
Stop
direction.
it!
They're definitely gonna do it, and then the company would just turn left and then keep going another direction. Like the only people I know I can trust in gaming is From Software, Hideo Kojima, and that's pretty much it. Everyone else,
That's a very small list. No way.
those are the only ones. For me at least, those are the only ones that they're like, oh, here's this game. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck it is. Here's $70, or in my case, here's $100. Those are the
Okay.
only two. Anyone else, I'm like, show me more. Like, let's have a conversation. Where's your trailer?
I
Where's
think
your
that's fair.
extended gameplay? Let me
I
see
know.
some extended gameplay.
I
You know what I
kind
mean?
of get that. For me, that's like Obsidian.
Yeah. I think we all have that list, and I think the list is short for everyone, in my
It is.
opinion.
I
It
think
is.
that might have been the case for Kojima, but I think that might have fallen with Death Stranding for sure.
You didn't like Death Stranding? You
Not that I
just don't
didn't
like
like
art.
it. I think
You
if you were to ask the average Metal Gear Solid fan,
What?
It had too much gameplay for them.
no. I mean, whoa.
Get the fuck out of here,
Let's be real here. Death Stranding it's a walking simulator.
Jesus Christ!
It's not, Ty.
It's
Stop
not
it.
though. It isn't
Stop it.
though. And here's the thing, Ty,
It starts out as a walking simulator. It
Yes.
sure does.
yeah.
The first
And-
10 hours. It's a lot of walking.
I
in
was
the first
actually
10 hours.
unsold because it wasn't
That's a lot.
walking
That's way too much
simulator.
walking for a lot of people, and I understand. it.
Yeah.
I was
But after
unsold
the
until
10
I
hours,
found out
Ham.
that it wasn't just a walking simulator. I was like, well, never mind then.
Bro,
My point
What?
here is really more.
If it was a
when
walking
you-
sim, you'd be happy?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Ty, finish your point.
there's no
It's getting worse and worse.
There's no Kojima fan who plays Metal Gear Solid, and all of a sudden Death Stranding comes out, and that's what they get. And they're thinking, oh yeah, I expected this, right? That's impossible.
No, I didn't expect it.
Yeah, but
didn't
you can see
expect
how some people don't like that, right? If you're a fan of Metal
I
Gear
can see
Solid,
it.
yeah. So
I can see
I
it.
wouldn't even trust Kojima because I bet you this year when Sony saw that game, they were thinking,
Yeah.
"Yo, we expected some spy espionage shit. Like, what the hell is this?
The
Walking
fuck is
around
this?"
delivering boxes."
But then they were like, you know what? It's Kojima. Just give him the money. That's what happened. And you know what happened? A whole bunch of people bought Death Stranding. And I will agree with you, Ty. I will agree with you. If Death Stranding was made by anyone else, after like 3 hours, I'm dropping my computer and I'm moving on with my life. But because it was Kojima, I was like, you know what? Let's power through it.
Wow.
I'm sure it's gonna get good at some point, and it did.
Wow.
So I'm not even going to complain. But like Ham said, the first 5 to 10 hours, it's a slog. It's a slog, no doubt.
Yeah, but like even with Sony's perspective, right? As soon as Sony, what's his name, the the head of studios.
Oh, Herman
Herman
Hulse.
Hulse?
When
Herman
back then,
Hulse, yeah.
Oh.
Even when Herman Hulse did an interview with Kojima, and he's like, "Yo, we're doing Death Stranding 2, yeah." He was very clear to say, but just so you know, he's making an espionage game that we all expect, right? And that's because Sony's probably looking at him saying, "Yeah, listen, we'll do Death Stranding 2 with you. We'll give you the funding, but you gotta go back to your roots. Like this walking stuff, it ain't it because we expect because if Death Stranding was a sequel to some kind of Metal Gear Solid game, it's selling way more than Death Stranding for sure. I don't think anyone disagrees there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So for
Hell
me,
yeah.
so
Like,
when you
Death
say you would
Stranding
trust
sold well.
so when you say you would trust
But
Kojima, I'm like, nah, because Kojima did what Neil Druckmann did. He did a
no,
360. He
no,
switched the
but
whole
hold
thing up.
on. Was Death Stranding a bad game?
Yeah, but
Does
Last of Us 2
do
wasn't a
most
bad game
people
either.
hold on? Do most people do a significant amount of people that bought Death Stranding regret it and wish they could get their money back? I would wager no, Ty.
I think that's because you get a lot more nut garglers for Kojima. So people just
If the
like
game was
Oh
shit,
my
come on, Cozy.
god.
no,
If the
no,
game was
no.
shit,
Let's be honest. He kind of has like a cult. And
Also, I feel like that you could say the same thing for Last of Us Part Two. I think
Look, can't help but smile.
most people who really played Last of Us Part Two didn't regret buying and playing Last
average
of Us
Joe
Part
gamer
Two.
I can think
oh
of did
fuck,
not
I
hate at
hated The
Last
Last
of
of
Us
Us
2.
Part
You
2.
just get a lot
Oh
That's
of
fair,
god,
loudmouths.
but you're
Because
not
at
most
I
Last of Us 2,
people though.
fucking hated that
I
game,
think Last
bro.
of Us
That's
2 there's
fair.
just a lot more loudmouths who don't like it.
Oh my lord.
And to
Call me all the names, Cozy. Fuck The Last of Us Part 2.
I'm just
Right?
Cozy's
saying though,
point,
a lot
to
more
Cozy's
loudmouths are like, "Oh my goodness, Last of Us." Whereas no one's gonna criticize. You're not gonna get a lot of criticism for Kojima because he has a cult-like following.
Because he is the god of gaming. That's why. Mystic Fragments, thank you so much for the $2
Yeah,
super
thanks for
chat.
being on.
Insulting me, right? Says, when you're a Raider fan, you're bound to be disappointed. It's fine. I'm a Raider fan. I'm used to disappointment, but I'm always positive. I always keep it positive. All right.
Look, just a quick one on Death
It's always
Stranding.
next
Like
season. Yeah.
I'm looking at, Metal Gear Solid Metacritic, right? We got the first one 94 out of 100. The second one, Metal Gear Solid 2, 96 out of 100. The third one, Snake Eater, 91 out of 100. The fourth one, Guns of Patriots, 94 out of 100. And then we have Phantom Pain, 93 out of 100. And then when you go to Death Stranding, it's 82 out of 100. Like, there's a clear drop off there.
Listen. These are the same people that gave Dragon Age 82.
Because at least it's fun to play.
These
But
are the
see,
same people.
the same people give it
these
a
are the same
90, though.
people- These are the same people that gave Concord an 82.
Concord from
Concord is
all
not
from all
Concord's
I've
on
heard is
82.
still also fun to
It's on
play.
82.
Concord's on
Okay,
82.
I know IGN gave it an 8 out of 10.
Was it
I
fun to
know
play?
that. Was what fun to play?
Concord, Dragon Age.
Dragon Age was, put it this way,
Cozy,
Dragon Age
any
was a
game
more
you
fun
find,
game than Death
you will
Stranding.
find at least one person. What did you just say,
I didn't.
Matt?
I didn't say it was
You
a better game. I said it was a
Woke,
more
didn't you
fun
say
game.
it took 10 hours for you to get into
Oh,
it?
Woke is losing it.
Guys,
Woke said it
what
took
the
10 hours
fuck?
for him to get into
What is going? You
Death
guys are
Stranding.
making me swear.
You
You guys
can't
are
really.
making me swear.
You can't be so shocked by the statement of Dragon Age Veilguard is a more fun game than Death
It's a
Stranding.
more purple game than
It's
Death
more
Stranding.
fun.
No, fun.
It's more
F-U-N. No, fun. F-U-N.
No,
Fun.
no. F-U-N-K. It's more funk, right? It stinks like funk.
Okay. All right.
That's what you missed the
right,
K,
And
bro.
this is why
All
we
right.
can't
There's a
trust
musk.
the opinion of
There's a
Kojima
musk
fans.
to
All
Dragon
right.
Age. It's
All
a
right.
thick purple musk. That's what
All
it
right.
is.
All right.
Fuzzy says Velgard is better than Death Stranding. Okay.
I don't think it is. I don't think it's a better game. I just said I think the gameplay is more fun.
We are
'Cause it
behind
is.
schedule. We are behind schedule. I will let this heresy
Ugh.
continue. I will
You
let it
didn't.
sit there in the air.
You didn't.
Just, oh my God. You guys are wrong. You guys are so wrong. Fuzzy says Concord got a 62. IGN gave them a 7. I remember because I made fun of the reviewer about it. LOL. Okay. All right. Ham, I'm gonna have to get this gameplay off the screen.
Get it
We
off
have
of
to
there.
look at some trailers from
That's fine.
the Future Games show.
Do your thing, dog.
Y'all are insane.
Loke is
Y'all,
flabbergasted because he has bad taste.
I have bad taste, of course. Of course, this is about me.
You just said that it took you 10 hours to get into like Death Stranding. You know how many hours you could complete a game in that amount of time that you actually initially enjoy. Not like
You,
I'm
Yeah,
playing through
you're a
this
hardcore
because
Kojima
Kojima.
fan, right?
Loke?
I don't even know what hardcore means, dude.
Earlier admitted that if Kojima let him gargle his balls, he would.
It was a figure of speech.
No, I think you actually would. Let's be honest. And see, so no, look how long it took him to say no. Look how long
He
it took him.
hasn't even
He
said
would.
no.
He
He
hasn't
hasn't
said
even
no.
said no.
He has not said no.
He's just
Y'all are
thinking
sick.
about it. He's
Y'all are-
just thinking about it with a smile on his face, not saying nothing for no reason.
Okay. Yeah.
Still not a no.
Richie.
Biting his lip
Richie
and
says.
shit. I mean, Jesus, what are we doing?
Richie says Dustborn is a better game than Death Stranding. Yeah. All right.
Stop. Stop.
Whatever, y'all. Whatever. Clearly, you guys don't have a discussion anymore. Oh, Mystic Fragments is now spamming that. All right. Cool. Cool. Whatever. Anyways, I'm guessing you guys didn't see the what's it, Future Game Show Spring Showcase. I know Ham did. Ham promised to watch it on
There
Twitter.
was a showcase. Wait,
Yeah,
is that
I
the
did.
thing? I saw a couple of trailers. I wonder if that was from. Was
Yeah,
Painkiller
yeah,
at that?
exactly.
So
So
Painkiller was at that?
yeah, so we're gonna look at a
Okay.
couple of trailers.
Yeah.
Uh, I want to get some takes from you guys if you guys are interested. What your thoughts are on these specific games, etc., etc. I think we lost Ham.
No.
Yeah, I think we lost Ham. Jax82 says Death Stranding has a good story to it, but if I had walk up mountains all day, I would have dropped Death Stranding. Dairy says, Look, for 10 hours, you could be doing something more respectful, more resourceful, like taking an actual real word walk or clapping cheeks.
Hmm.
I appreciate you having so much faith in me, Dairizi, that I would last 10 hours. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Damn.
Anyways, the first game is Lost Rift. It's a supernatural survival game set on a desert island by developer People Can Fly. The dev team is best known for collaborating with Epic Games on the development of various Gears of War titles as well as Bulletstorm. According to People Can Fly, Lost Rift will include both PvP and PvPvE gameplay on the desert island and is expected to hit Steam Early
I like
Access
that you
later.
more Outlander. Outriders.
I did what?
Outriders. Or are you just reading what they said?
Yeah, I'm reading literally what it says. They ignored Outriders, Kosi. That wasn't me. Anyways, from what y'all are saying, is anyone interested in this PvP or PvPvE game? Looks like a survival-ish game.
Not really. Unless it does something truly unique. It's gonna just be like another one of those games. Although I do think they know good gameplay. I just can't see them doing something that would differentiate themselves. Unless it plays like Outriders, that might be fun.
And then I think I saw a dinosaur there. Looks like
Don't look
something.
like it.
Looks like that game that Ham likes.
Ark?
You didn't? Yeah, like Ark. Matt, you didn't see a dinosaur. Hold on.
I didn't say that.
Okay. Hold on. There.
Yeah,
See?
yeah,
That this looks like a dinosaur.
yeah, I saw that.
Like those biped dinosaurs. Ty, are you interested or no?
I'm not interested, but I love seeing games like this because there's a lot of times where we would just focus on the AAA blockbuster games and
Your
we talk
camera
about
turned off, Ty.
Yeah, the lights were kind of getting in my eyes. I had to tone it down a little bit. But we see these kind of AAA games, and that's kind of what we focus on. So then to see something like this that's a smaller
Yeah.
scale is good. But as Cozy says, it's not too special, and that's fine actually. I think if they get their budget right and they find a market, then they can grow from this. So while I'm not interested, I'm sure there's some people out there who want something smaller scale. So yeah.
I agree with Micro.
Sometimes,
There's too many
sorry.
of these.
My
Go ahead,
issue
Cozy.
is I feel like there's like lack of games that at least take on an interesting setting. Like a lot of them just don't take on even like so if you're gonna have like a derivative game, at least put it someplace interesting.
Not a random island.
Yeah, this looks kind of like okay, we've seen this before.
Don't make fun of me, guys. Redfall had an interesting
It did. No, you will
place.
never
No,
get
it
me to.
did.
It did. It absolutely 100% did. I don't even think the game.
That
I
was
thought it was
interesting.
fun when I played it. It made me sick, so I couldn't continue. But
It
I never
was
played
fun
Redfall.
despite its best efforts to make me fucking hate it.
Its
It
efforts,
me and
okay.
me and Ham. I mean, I can speak for Ham, but as long as we were playing together, I managed to have fun. We also laughed a lot at how broken, obscenely broken it was, but
Obscenely.
I managed to have fun playing it. But
yeah,
I agree with Cozy and I agree with you that the concept of Redfall is a fucking great concept.
Yeah,
They just did not stick the landing at all.
yeah.
I think,
Execution is key.
and I just feel like the problem is one of the things is they when a game like that fails, they double down on people will double down on not being like, oh, let's create a unique setting, which is why so many games exist in the same kind of
Random
uninteresting
island.
world.
Yeah,
Uninteresting
random
world.
island,
Like
and
every time
they
I
throw
think of a
you
game
in.
that failed, like for example, I was big into like say that do you guys know what Secret World is?
No.
Uh
The Marvel show.
no. The
That's Secret Wars, I think.
My bad.
no, it was a urban fantasy MMO.
Okay,
It failed. But
but
there aren't really games that exist in that sort of world.
I
so
think
the other
maybe the issue here is a lot of these developers, they have inspirations. So this game, it could be Torok, for example. It could be the one that's
arc.
coming out next, Arc, for example. So they have a
Wait,
version
what's
of
wrong with
Arc.
art?
No, that's
No, no,
good.
no. We're talking about the genre.
Yeah.
No one's saying
So
anything wrong.
they
Settle
have a
down, Ham. Settle down. Yo, I felt his voice all the way from Tallahassee.
I took that.
Go, go ahead,
I
Ty.
mean,
so they
what are
have
you
a
doing in
version of
Tallahassee? You're supposed to be in Winston.
they have a version of
No.
Arc in their mind, and to them, if
Mm-mm.
Arc just tweaked this or tweaked that, it would be the perfect game. So why not just make their version of Arc? And I think that's what we're seeing here.
Yeah, because this looks like arc. Look at the crossbow, and then you've got the fire thing, and then later on in the game, you've got like actual rifles. So I'm
Yeah.
guessing there's plasma guns eventually, right? That you can
Reminds me
pull.
more of Turok.
Hmm.
Not arc.
I actually
You
agree.
you get some
It
huge
seems more
differences.
focused.
You get some differences, like for example, Clear Obscure. That those are guys who love JRPG and they've decided to go for like
Cheers, X-Man. Have a good
yeah,
one.
decided to go for a Western
Later, Tater.
artistic vibe, but you can still see it if it looks JRPG to some extent. But I think that's where you're gonna get different things. People from different cultures, they'll take something and then they'll like remix it.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
agree with that. That an entire process of what you call it. But a lot of times it does make me look at a lot of like when people are like, "Oh, this game." I'm like,
Hmm.
seeing that. I'd rather play a game that's mediocre in like a unique place
A new thing.
than
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a brilliant game someplace
I
obscene
still remember
that
the
just
first time I
fine.
played Remnant. I still remember the first
Yeah.
time I played Remnant. It's not the best looking or even playing game, but oh my goodness, it's set in like the setting is half the game.
Do you know
Uh,
even Elden Ring is an
I missed you.
example
Remember
of
chat, so X-Men. Sorry, let me go check. Go ahead, Ty.
even Elden Ring is an example of, it has a very Western kind of vibe to it, and it's quite dark, it's quite gloomy, and it's not like your typical Japanese, colorful game. And that's because the developers, they probably like the Western style. So I think a lot of the times when you want something different, you have to see cultures merge.
Yeah, because Elden Ring, at least like the creatures and stuff and the way they design them is very much unique.
Hmm.
Even though the aesthetic feels almost like Western, but because everything about it feels
Oh
Japanese.
no, like there are people, I heard somewhere that like Japanese people in general, they'll look at the aesthetic and they'll think, yeah, it's not a very Japanese looking game. It seems like something like someone from the West made.
All right, but we have to bring it back to this game, guys. Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
So X-Men says Xbox is going to rule the world. Go Microsoft. Thank you for the 20 months membership, So X-Men. So guys, real quick, round the table. Ty, is Xbox going to rule the world? Yes or no? It's a yes or no
Yes,
question. Yes. Okay. Matt, is Xbox going to rule the world?
Yes. I
Ham,
mean, if
is
it's yes or
Xbox
no,
going to
yes.
Ham, is Xbox going to rule the world?
No, that's me, son.
No, the gaming world, Ham. The gaming world. Who's
That's
going
Dialogue.
me,
to?
son.
It's
Oh my
dialogue.
God.
I'm working
Oh,
on it.
just oh, Ham, please give
Awesome.
us an answer. Sorry, Ham, give us an answer, please. Is Xbox going to rule the gaming world?
Oh man, I could see it, but I don't know. Um,
Ham's
if if
throwing
if
some
if, if
dirt.
you're if you're asking me to be honest, I mean, it's just
Yes.
it's really hard to say, man, because a whole new gaming company could come out of nowhere and just
Yep.
take everybody out. Like I have a hard time believing like this stuff all lasts forever and stuff like that. Like these companies all come and go.
Yeah, but do you believe that eventually Xbox will rule the world? Because everything's finite, right?
They could. I'll say yeah. All right, just so you can move the
Yes.
fuck on.
All right. Cozy, is Xbox going to rule the gaming world?
I think they have the
Absolutely
best ideology right now, to be honest.
Absolutely
yeah,
not.
correct.
Absolutely not. But I
Absolutely not.
absolutely not. But I think they will survive whatever shift happens, and it'll surprise people that they're still around, because the landscape is shifting, actively shifting right now, and and you see Xbox setting up, and like you get dumb gamers who are like, "This Xbox is gonna be gone," because they don't understand. They refuse to see that the landscape is shifting, and they will and Xbox is setting themselves up to survive whatever shift that may happen. I mean, and Hamathi was right about things just coming and going. Like, the fact that and it reminds me how there's no Sims 5. It's not happening. But
Enjoy is happening though.
yes, not just that. There are a bunch of new small Sims that are popping up, and amongst people that love Sims, there's like a growing enthusiasm for them. I don't think Enzo will be it, because have you seen those requirements? Um, but I think Paralives, if they set themselves up right, they can be the new hotness. Um,
Enjoy does look demanding.
oh no, you can look at the, hey, what does this require? And then it's like, oh, they had me gagged.
Yeah, Fuzzy. No, that does not count. Fuzzy says Microsoft will be the one that creates the AI that ends up going crazy and takes over the world. No,
They
that
won't
doesn't
take
count.
over, I don't think. I think they will survive whatever comes next. They're setting themselves up to survive whatever comes next. And if you aren't platform agnostic, you are not setting yourself up for a future where
Yes.
there's an entire generation of gamers that don't care about your console. Like the gamers, they have this sort of like main character syndrome, but the average age of a console gamer is only getting older.
Yeah, and the industry is moving forward without us.
Hmm.
But going back to the game, guys, let's go around
Meh.
the table. Sorry, not Oshus. Tae, are you interested? Yes, no?
No.
All right. Matt, you interested? Lost Rift,
No.
survival game. Ham, Lost Rift.
Um, meh. I'll have to see more.
All right, all right. At least that's not a no. That's not a no. Cozy,
Meh. No. If I could
that's a
play it,
no.
try it for free, I would try it, but I would never pay to experience it.
Lost Rift, swing and a miss. The next game that we have on the docket is what's this? The game is called I Hate This Place. Great.
Hmm.
Let's read the description before we look at the trailer. Up next is a new isometric open world survival horror game by Silent Hills 2 remake developer Blooper Team. I Hate This Place is set in an eerie and unpredictable world that is twisted beyond comprehension. In this single player nightmare, players will explore a supernatural world inspired by the award winning comic book series created by Kyle Starks and Atom Topolin. Here we go. Let's see. It looks like The Walking Dead, like cartoon graphics.
I'm just surprised
Uh,
Bloober Team is making it, right?
yeah, yes, Blooper Team is making it. It looks kind of polished. Going to Steam and Epic. No mention of the consoles. Interesting.
It's a no for me.
Okay, tires out. Matt,
I mean, it looks kind of cool, I guess, but I mean, being realistic, I'm probably not going to get it. It's too much stuff coming out.
Ham, I hate this place.
No.
Cozy,
Fun fact, I don't play horror games. I love horror movies, but I don't touch the games.
that's true. So that's a no as well.
Although a
Uh,
lot of the isometric part does make it sound interesting. It's the horror part that makes me be like,
yeah.
I'll live.
I'm interested in this game. I will add it to my wish list. Maybe I'll play it. Maybe I won't. Next, we have Elsewhere Electric. Developer Games by Stitch dropped a reveal trailer for its new asymmetrical puzzle game Elsewhere Electric. Players explore an abandoned facility with a friend in co-op where they must communicate and share unique information available to them to solve environmental puzzles with their friend. Elsewhere Electric will be released in the summer of 2025 on Steam and Meta. I'm not feeling it, guys. I'm not feeling it, but let's see. Tai,
No.
oh, it's a VR game. Oh, I am way the fuck out. Matt,
I got no. I'm almost.
co-op VR game. That's two VR headsets. All right.
I think
Ham,
that's it.
No, I don't want no VR games.
Cozy.
It's a VR game, so that's going to be probably a no. It doesn't. I mean, unless I read about it and it pushes VR in a way that is exciting. Um, but I do like a lot of the other the description. I like puzzle games. I like co-op puzzle games. Um, so the game itself sounds great, but being restricted to VR kind of
Swing and
kills.
a miss.
Yeah, I get
Next,
that you want to make a VR a thing, but can we just move on from VR and accept that mixed reality is better?
maybe not now. Next, we have Shelf Heroes. In Shelf Heroes by developer Fun Punch Games, players must mix and match various toy parts to assemble their very own shelf hero and explore a giant house solo or with friends in a three-player co-op. Players create their Toy Story or Small Soldier style characters and equip a variety of weapons, including a frying pan, explosive bow, blaster minigun, shotgun, and more, before exploring the house and taking our enemy toys. Uh, let's let's see. First person. Um, I'm not down. Ty,
No, 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 not this one either.
Matt,
This looks like the most interesting thing I've seen so far, and no.
Ham.
This is too close to the game of the guy that I interviewed.
Yeah. Well,
With the
Yeah.
Hypercharge.
hypercharge game.
and this
Too
one,
close to that.
this one's worse, way worse. That one's actually good.
I'm not. I'm not in. I'm not interested in the clone in this sense.
Yeah. Cozy, Shelf Heroes.
Uh, it's complicated because
Okay.
theoretically, roguelike, you had me at roguelike,
Mm-hmm.
but this game also looks. What's the polite way to describe someone's heart?
Polite. All right. No
It
need to
looks
describe it, Cozy. Are you
Roblock-ish.
interested or
Call it
not?
Roblock-ish. No,
Are you interested or not?
no,
All right.
Roblock-ish is what I'll use though.
Next we have Romestead. At a glance, Romestead looks like a cozy style game like Valley, where players are tasked with rebuilding the Roman Empire in a pixel art open world survival game. Oh my god, so many
Okay,
survival games.
shut up and take my money.
However, apparently the destruction of Rome was at the hands of a zombie invasion. Up to 8 players can team up to fight zombies, build towns, and earn favor with the Roman gods, while also tending their crops in Romestead by developer Birtwigs.
Never mind.
You gotta
Ah!
be careful, man.
So it sounded interesting until they threw in the Roman god bit.
What? You got a problem with Zeus? What's your problem?
No, not Zeus. It wouldn't be Zeus. It would be Jupiter. Thank you very much. I took 7 years
Okay.
of Latin. Don't ever. Well, 8.
Listen,
Well,
the Roman or the Italian governments might come after them because they're changing the story of what happened in Rome. You know, gotta be careful, guys.
But it sounds really fascinating. My problem is I honestly wouldn't want this to have
leave that for Mondays, Ty. Leave that for Mondays.
Sure.
Go ahead,
it.
Cozy.
It sounds really fascinating, but I honestly wouldn't want this to have like a gods element to it. Just be like everything else was like, oh, this sounds really great, and then they're like, but the
Ooh, you
god
can
get
chop
favor with
wood.
the god. That kind of lost me a little.
Oh, okay.
But it
This
sounds
one,
actually
this
good.
one
Like I would
does
still
not.
try it.
This,
I would still try
this
this.
one
Just be
does
like,
not like the gods. Are you Kratos' niece or something?
What? No, no. It's sort of like I just think like the whole
What's your
pantheon thing.
problem with the Greek gods?
I think the
What's your
pantheon thing
problem?
is overplayed. Like it's
It
like
is.
things that are overplayed. I just don't enjoy.
It is. You'd almost think there was no other history that happened.
All right. So, uh, Ty, thumbs up or thumbs down?
I think for the people who like this genre, it might be
Yeah.
something. So I think they might
For
find some
you,
mileage out this.
Ty.
But
For you.
for me, no. I don't play these kind of games.
All right. Matt, Romestead,
Nah, I'm
day
good.
one. Start at day one. No.
I'm all set.
Okay. Ham, Romestead.
It's not a year. Not in the next few years. You said a day one. I'm like,
Never mind day one.
I'm just thinking, is this ever gonna happen?
Ever. This guy. Okay. All right. Cozy, Romestead.
Price dependent. Like I would try this game for like 15 bucks.
Ah. So she does like the gods.
No, it's just like
Praise Jupiter.
no. So like
Um,
there are very few games I like every single aspect of. I can be like, well, I can overlook this if it has all these other things that are interesting to me. Um, you know, to make a perfect game, you have to be able to make a game. To make your perfect game. Well, not you because you'll gargle whatever Kojima throws at you.
you know it.
He could
Moving
literally
on.
make he could literally
Frosthaven.
make a side 2D side scroller walking sim, and you'd be like, "This is the best thing ever."
No, look, it's polite to
Burn.
let the women finish too.
Burn. Frosthaven. A follow-up to the popular board game and Steam game Gloomhaven. Frosthaven is a virtual adaptation of the legendary tabletop game as well. In this dark fantasy tactical RPG by developer Snapshot Games, players create their own unique characters from 6 starting classes before engaging in deep tactical combat against a variety of enemies as they explore the fantasy world of Frosthaven and build their own outpost. I'm sorry, dude. I know you love Ark, but I'm so tired of these survival games, bro. Why is it everything survival, building outposts and come on, bro.
I
Dude, I
Just
hate
honestly,
it. I honestly hate it.
stop it, man.
I
I hate
honestly
it.
even hate like I'm at this point. I'm like, can we stop having crafting elements in everything?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, can we stop having crafting elements?
Okay.
I think the only survival games I personally have enjoyed have been more
It's turn-based.
grounded experience.
Oh my
Like
god, it's
this
turn-based.
honestly, I would play because as soon as
Ah, fuck, I think I'm gonna play this game.
you had me at tactical,
Ah,
um,
fuck.
you had me at
Ah,
tactical. As
damn
long
it.
as it
Ah,
plays well, I like tactical
see,
turn-based
this
games.
part
But
I don't want. The outpost stuff. That's what makes me
yeah,
go.
same. Like everything
Maybe
doesn't
I'm
need to have
out.
survival elements. Everything doesn't need to be a survival game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't like that everything's trying to be like I feel like certain games make sense for it to try to do it. And
Yeah.
I'm not trying to take away from anybody's like creative freedom, but I just feel like, man, you really got to set yourself apart if you're gonna come into the survival genre. One game that's coming soon that I feel like actually did do that really well, and they've been really on top of advertising for it, is Dune from Funcom. They've been advertising the hell out of their game, and they've really let you know how it's survival, but they've also let you know the benefits that you get from doing the type of stuff that you do in the game. And I feel like a lot of survival games fail to give you a sense of why you're doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? To where I feel like in a game
It just
like
becomes a grind.
in a game like a Dune or something like that, where it's multiplayer, everybody's all up in like a lot of people are on the same server, and you could do trades and whatnot, but you could also do like raid things. You can go against each other. You can work with each other. It makes sense to have a crafting dash kind of grinding element to it, right? Because even in the world of Dune, if you watch the movies, it's a grind to live in that society. So it makes sense to that. As to some of these other games that try to like do survival, I I feel like saying you're a survival game isn't enough. You have to say you're a something and survival for it to then make sense. Like
Yeah.
Stalker, for instance, that was a survival game. It didn't force all these crazy crafting elements and stuff like that because it was very like it wasn't linear, but it was very like
Focused.
focused on what you needed to do. You know what I'm saying? And there was crafting to it, but it wasn't like the thing. Like it wanted you to finish the game. For some of these games, it seems like they just want you to get into their world just cuz.
and
I
get
think
stuck there.
personally, for me, a survival game that survival type games that I've only enjoyed have been more linear, fixed, objective based ones where like you can reach kind of the end. You can still continue to do things, but like Subnautica before it turned into a horror game, and Grounded, that sort of thing. Where like, oh, you have these objectives, you're trying to get big again, and you're trying to.
Let's
But
see.
yeah,
Maybe they'll find a way to implement it that actually motivates us. Who knows? We'll see. Um, Ty, are you interested? Are you excited for this game?
Nope.
Frosthaven.
Not interested. Not excited.
All right.
you're gonna play it.
Matt, Frosthaven.
No.
Ham, Frosthaven. Ham? I think you muted.
Sorry, was I muted?
Yeah, yeah.
No. I said absolutely not. And I'm not
Alright.
even saying that as it's a bad game. It's just not something that piques my interest at all.
Yeah, yeah. Cozy,
Yes.
Frosthaven.
No.
All right, moving on. We've got Rave, Kingdom on the Distant Shores. In this cutesy cartoon city builder by developer Ravine Games, players build a foxy empire, starting each kingdom with just a single bonfire before expanding it into a sprawling civilization of villages and cities spanning an entire continent. According to Ravine Games, Rave Kingdom on the Distant Shores is more than just a typical city builder, as it blends elements of RPG, city building, and grand strategy into one. This is kind of the concept is interesting. I'd like to see the gameplay.
A grand strategy. Oh.
Yeah.
Stop before I murder you.
How do you put RPG elements into city building? That's very interesting. Ty, what are your thoughts on this one?
Man, this is all these cheap ass games. Like, I ain't playing none of these things.
Ty is a
This
fake
against some
gamer.
broke people, bro.
What do you mean broke people? This is not a free game.
Here we
bro.
go with that shit again. God damn, man. Can you just say you don't like it? Why you gotta
Like,
call
what
it
is
a
this?
broke
What's this game
people
called? Like
game?
$5?
God
Like this.
damn.
Oh
Like I'm
goodness.
playing Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm not playing this. Like, okay, no, it ain't for me. It ain't for me. It's for other people.
It's
You know those
definitely a
people.
no. Okay. Um,
You made that
I want to get ahead
abundantly
of it.
clear.
I make too much money
Uh,
to be buying this kind of games, man.
oh my god. Well, I want to get ahead of it and say I'm interested. I like city builders, and this one, from the description, sounds interesting. Matt, are you
No,
interested
I'm all
in
good.
Brave? No. All right. Ham, Brave.
I'm more in the real life city builders.
Ah, okay. Fair enough.
I like seeing the cars and like all that stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Cozy,
Yes,
Brave.
I'm interested.
Hey, finally, me and Cozy actually agree on something.
I
Weird.
like city builders. I think that's one of those neglected genres. I get it because, like, when Ty talks about like, oh, look at how cheap these games are. That's because games in certain genres are not popular enough that they're going to be widely made.
And
So
invested in.
most of the games are going to be cheap. Like whenever people talk about the glories of Baldur's Gate 3, um, it gets to exist because most CRPGs are low budget because there isn't a huge market for them.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I actually hate it when people like reference Baldur's Gate as like an example of what games should
It is
be.
not even the best CRPG. It's just
What's
the
the
most high
best
production
CRPG?
value.
Is it Path of Exiles too?
Absolutely
Nah.
not.
I think up the Pillars of Eternity is up there. Divinity Original Sin 2 is up there. I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3, so I can't comment. But even like Wasteland, people like Wasteland a lot as well.
Wasteland, but most people can't handle like a lot of CRPGs also because they're hard games. They're not
They're
easy.
hard, the time
Let me tell
consuming.
you,
Guys,
If
when my
you
I,
leave
entire
a
party got
CRPG game,
murdered
like
in Wasteland, I was just like, well,
restart. I've I've put in more than 50 hours into Baldur's Gate, and I still haven't finished it. That game is it's a great game, but oh my god, Cozy, you hit it on the nail. It's very hard. Like I'd rather grind Elden Ring than play Baldur's Gate.
yeah. So a lot of like CRPGs at their core are just not going to be a genre that's really popular with people. And the same thing as city builders aren't insanely popular. So you don't get a lot of people even creating games in these genres, which sucks for people who actually like them.
Who like
It's like
them? Yeah,
same thing with like real time strategy, which has taken a backseat to like 4X games. Like, so if you like those
yeah.
genres, you're like, well, I don't have a lot of options.
So whatever comes out, whatever slop comes out, it's like, huh? Guess this is it. Lastly, we have Painkiller that Matt referenced at the
Yay!
beginning. So,
I got a
Painkiller's back.
game.
Saber Interactive and 3D Realms are developing an all-new game based on 2004 shooter. In Painkiller, players battle through purgatory in a fast-paced co-op wielding various
Mhm.
infernal weapons against demonic hordes. If you've never played a previous Painkiller before, think Doom. Painkiller is coming to PC and consoles in fall 2025. Matt,
Mhm.
go ahead. You can go first. Tell us why you're so excited for this game. Then we'll go to the rest of the panel.
Why am I? Look at that shit. So why are you asking me why am I excited for that? You serious? You
I'm
watching
dead
that?
serious, bro. I'm dead serious, man.
Are you not excited for that?
Bro, ask me why I'm excited to play. What's it? The Kojima remake in August, and I'm not gonna be asking you. Do you see that? I will tell you why I'm excited to play it. So I'm
Well,
just giving you a chance to
we've
wax
already seen
lyrical.
that game before. That game exists already. People can. It's going to be the same terrible controls, just going to look nice and pretty. But Painkiller is a
Okay.
revival, not a remake. It's not a remaster, remake, whatever you want to call it. It's
Uh
a
huh.
revival. It's a new game.
Uh huh.
It's a new game, right? And first of all, I love FPS games. Second of all, it's Saber Interactive. Saber Interactive just did Space Marine. It's co-op like Space Marine. It's that game looks pretty. Like me and my buddy Mike are
Delicious.
pretty hyped for this game. We are pretty hyped for this game.
It
And that
looks
came out of nowhere too because I haven't thought about Painkiller. I mean, I think in the trailer it said the last one came out in 2005. I haven't thought about Painkiller
2004.
since. Yeah, I haven't thought about Painkiller since then.
dang.
So
That's like a wasteland level gap.
so
Yeah.
the fact that they remembered this franchise even existed, first of all, is impressive. Second of all, the fact that they're bringing it back and it looks as good as it does is even more impressive. I'm ecstatic about it.
I'm
Dang.
starting
So
to put.
that's
I'm
like
starting
a
to think about
wasteland level
putting.
gap, guys.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. I'm starting to think about putting Saber Interactive. Maybe one or two more bangers, and I'll put them in my guaranteed pre-order list.
did Saber make
Oh,
this game?
yeah,
Yeah.
Saber Interactive.
Oh, nice.
I don't
Space
know.
Marine 2 is a good start, and this looks like it's a worthy follow-up. So yeah, Matt's definitely down. Ty, are you interested or no?
No, I'm not. But I do think it's good for anyone who likes Doom. Okay, I see the similarities, but not for me.
All right, all right. Ham,
Yeah, I'm not gonna front. It looks pretty good. And it's co-op, right?
Hmm.
yeah,
That in and of itself is really exciting. A co-op boomer shooter, you don't get those.
it's rare.
So like just that of my like you guys already know I classify myself as a co-op slut. I love me some co-op games. I will hop on co-op games just for whatever. Like I'll play some pretty bad co-op games just because
Will you play the Division 2?
well, Division 2 wasn't a bad game.
I say I
Oh,
thought you liked Division 2.
some would say it was very bad. I liked it.
But you know what I did play that was not very good, in my opinion?
What?
That's crazy that I just forgot the name of the game as soon as I thought of it. Matt, what's that Souls game that we hated?
What game?
Souls game.
Souls game that we played that we hated. It's co-op.
Is it the
You bought it.
in Game Pass?
It wasn't
Lords
Game
of the
Pass.
Fallen.
Yep.
Yeah, Lords of the
I was down to
Yeah.
play that. I was down to play that game until Matt said he couldn't take it anymore.
Wait, didn't they make a newer one that is the Lords
Yes,
of the
Cozy.
Didn't they have the older one
Yes.
that was
And they were
Lords of the
both
Fallen?
bad. And they
they
were
had the
both
Lords of the
bad.
Fallen to differentiate it, and I was like,
Yes.
that was stupid.
Yeah,
Yes.
I bought it and I played it because I bought it on PC and I
Y'all
played
are
it for
Souls
like
rookies. Y'all
I
are Souls
played
rookies.
for like, but I bought it off the concept because like the concept of having two different worlds you could go between. I was like, that seems really cool. And then I played it for 30 minutes and I was like,
the Souls,
eh.
Matt, the Souls sluts. When we heard about the new one, we're like, we remember the predecessor. Let's see what's up with the new one. Because we
No.
remember buying the first one.
Yeah, I played for like 30 minutes and I just didn't. It
Yeah.
didn't click. And then I kind of forgot about it. And then it came to Game Pass and I was like, oh, that's right. I bought that on Steam. I wonder if I can get a refund. Obviously, it was like months later. And they're like,
Too
no.
late.
Like, no, I didn't get a refund for that. But sadly. But yeah, me and Ham tried to play it on Game Pass. And it was just, it's a really good looking game. But it's not very fun to me.
Yep, you have to play the games. You don't just look at them. Otherwise, you just watch a movie. So,
I
Ham,
feel
you're
as long
interested
as-
in this one.
As long as Painkiller sticks to the performance, I think it's gonna be fire. Looks amazing.
That
Yeah, it
game
looks
looks
fine.
incredible, dude. That shit
Looks
looks
fine.
nuts.
Lastly, Cozy.
Yes.
If it
Are you
doesn't
interested
come
in
out like
playing-
Redfall came out, it'll be fine.
Not really.
Damn. No?
Well, the only
No.
reason Redfall's looked down upon is because it came out bad. If it would have came out as good as Redfall is now, it would have been a good game.
Yeah, I think if Redfall came out how it is right now, that game would have scored. I don't think it would have scored great. It probably would have scored like in the mid 70s.
Is there a
But it-
campaign in Redfall or is it just online?
No,
No, it's campaign.
There's a story.
The online is campaign.
Yeah,
All right, so
but
I'll
like
just buy it then.
that game
I'll buy it
would have
on Steam.
been fine enough. Put it this way: that game, if it came out the way it is now, we probably still have Arcane Austin.
Look, if you're down when I come back in town, I'll download that game. Let's play it on Game Pass.
I'll do it. I'll play
If Redfall comes out in 2025, Xbox has this. They have so many games that everyone's looking forward to that no one even cares if Redfall flops. And Redfall will come out on PS5 as well, maybe even Nintendo Switch too. And then you have a co-op game that has a diverse pool of players. Yeah, I think it actually does pretty well. Like it does well enough that Arcane survives.
Exactly. I think Arcane would still be around.
All right.
Okay.
Well, Ham, when you get back, we'll talk. Considering what happened today, I'll have the time.
You know what? Avowed
Anyways.
exists to hurt your feelings.
Avowed hurt my feelings.
No matter where you go, everyone's like, "Oh my goodness, you're ugly." Like I've never had a game tell me I'm ugly more than Avowed.
Oh, yeah, fuck. But have you seen the options, Cozy? The flower face, the bark face.
I get it, but it's
Ham
just like
chose the one with the tree bark on the face. I don't know what that
I
was
chose one
about.
of the more extreme. But no matter what, it's like the game is like the NPCs. The first thing they're like, "You're ugly. How can I help you?" That's like all they do. Like, "You're ugly. How can I help you?" Like, "Oh
God
my goodness, what's wrong with your
damn.
face?" Yeah,
That's your
like
face?
everyone's reaction to you, and I'm like, man,
Yeah,
golly.
yeah. It's not great. It's not great.
Mm.
Reezy says once you go Dustborn, you don't go back.
It's Loke's favorite game. He
Yeah.
pretends it isn't, but he has like the poster in his house.
The Sly Crow says, giving me Unreal Tournament vibes meets fantasy. I think that's nice, yeah. Yeah. Dear Easy, look, if you admit yourself into Kojima Anonymous, I'll pay for it. You need help, my friend. Listen, I'll find out. I won't go to Kojima Anonymous because then I'll be cured. I'm not trying to do that. Anyways, before we leave, um, Tai, please plug your channel. Tell people where they can find you. Tell them also what you're up to.
I'm up. I'm playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, so I'm not even making content right now. There might be a chance I might stream it or do something with it. Like,
This guy
but
likes Mozambican samurai.
I love it. And the thing about Shadows is, Shadows was a like the last video I made about Assassin's Creed. It just kind of came to me because I wasn't like what people were saying. People like Loke and us just talking crap. So it kind of sparked me to make a video. So the more shit I see, the more crap talking, the more I get motivated to actually like say something.
Don't swear in the
Um,
last few seconds. This is where we're selling to sponsors. Go ahead.
okay. I'm a lot more spicy on it. So when somebody
Stop
says something
laughing, man.
negative
Stay
about
positive.
Shadows, I'm quick to snap back. But the game
Hmm.
is good. I'm enjoying it. It's fun. So I might make content on that in the near future. So look out for that if you're interested. And that'll be at Taya Talks, TAYETALKS on Twitter and also YouTube.
All right. Good stuff. Matt, plug your channel. Tell people they
Yo.
can find you and what you're up to.
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube, Matt Likes Games, videos every week there. Podcasts have been kind of on hold as of late. We'll see how that goes in the next couple weeks, but regardless, videos there every week. So look for that. And then obviously you can find me here uh, Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern with all these folks.
Yep. Sometimes Wednesdays, sometimes Mondays. Next week, Wednesday, Matt's definitely coming through for the lowdown. Um, Cozy, plug your channel. Tell people they can find you.
You can find me here on Fridays, and then after here, you can find me getting wasted with Wise. Right now, that's all I'm doing. I am a very, 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 very personally busy person right now. Don't have much of a life at all. Not even time to game, and that's my favorite hobby.
That's
Um,
it.
but hopefully, once spring break hits, I will be free 99 for a bit, just a bit.
Free 99. Sour Blow, take care, man. Take care. Ham, plug.
I'm gonna be gone, so you guys don't have to worry about any shows on
Good riddance.
WS Gaming for the next like week
What
or
are you doing?
two. There's gonna be no shows. How's
Unfortunately,
that for plug?
that
Good.
sucks.
No one
No,
wants
I'm
to
just
see
kidding.
your face.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, I am gonna be out of town for the next week. I've been off of podcasting for like the last like week and a half. But I'll be back next week. I'll be nice and re-energized. I'm really excited for the cruise that I'll be going on. We're kicking it with a friend and also my wife. So it should be a really good time all together. But when I come back, hopefully we could get down on some Redfall with Loke. I'm gonna continue playing
Let's
some Assassin's
go.
Creed Shadows. And we're gonna be warming up and getting ready for what's the next one? Is it
I think Doom. No, South of Midnight.
nope, it's South of Midnight,
South
then
of
it's
Midnight,
Player
you
Sphere
guys
33, then it's Doom.
Sorry, Cozy. Go
And
ahead.
I still need to play 33 Immortals. I haven't even tried that.
It is fun. I was gonna say my collector set for South of Midnight apparently doesn't show up till May.
Ooh, that sucks. That sucks. I would offer to game share, but Steam
Oh
recently
no, I get the
updated their
game, but
terms.
I bought the physical.
Oh, okay, you got the game. All right, cool. Steam did some messed up stuff. Apparently, family sharing is now region locked. So
You said Steam did that?
yeah, Steam did that. I was game sharing.
Man, tragic.
Yeah, I was game sharing with Flamish in his family group, and then suddenly I was out, and then he tried to re-add me. Nothing. I tried to add um, Oshus, who is in South Africa, right next door to me. That also didn't work. So essentially, it seems like it's like I need to find people in Mozambique, and that's the only way it's gonna work.
They
So
just
yeah,
they
Steam,
just picked out your street. They're just
pretty
not letting
much.
anyone on your street share with anyone.
Yeah. So yeah. To end the show, a special
No,
fuck you,
no,
special
no
fuck you
Americans
to
is what they said.
the
Mhm.
fuck out of here. Special fuck you to Steam. If anyone knows of a fix, please correct me. But we're going to end
Go
the
back
show
to
on this one.
Africa.
Yeah,
Get
that's a
the
fix.
fuck out of here. On that note,
Problem.
on that note, special fuck you to
Oh
to Steam.
yeah, go back to your
We need
country.
we
Oh,
are a big gaming family. Let us share our games with the people that are part of our families. All right. I have a
uh,
cousin in Belgium. Just believe me that I also have another cousin in Omaha. Also believe that I have a friend in Japan. All right. And we're all blood
Omaha,
related. We're all
Nebraska. Huh?
family. Yeah. Just assume that we're all blood related, Steam. It's not your problem where we live. All right. Figure that shit out. Thank you for listening, everyone. We'll see you on Monday for Everything Plus Gaming. Goodbye.